before you hit the ground. Sort it out before you twist it out. Sick and tired of messing around. Light up, can't wait to play around.
Hi.
Money ain't no good to me. Money ain't no good to me. Ooh, yeah. Money ain't no good to me. Money ain't
Jimmy!
no good to me. Ooh, yeah. Hold it down before you
Hit the
breathe it out.
ground. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Stack it up
How's it going?
before you
Chatters!
lose your touch.
My favorite people! Chatters! People who can input text into a box! If you can put text into a box, I'm so impressed. I can't figure it out. I'm so impressed. And then type it and then press enter. How dope is that? You're doing it right now. You're literally all doing it right now. How sick is that? Hey, and a sub. I love when I get subs before I've done any of the work. That's my favorite. Lori, 808. Thank you for the 8 months. Mappo Diddy. Holy shit, Mappo Diddy. It's been 8 months. You're a grown man now, Mappo Diddy. I remember 8 months ago when you were a mere child. But now, after 8 months of getting smarter on this stream, you're ready to enter the world. It's like Pokemon rules. You're 10 years old and we're kicking you out of the house. Go out there and fight that Zapdos. You're ready. Holy fucking shit. Queenie, I told you I haven't done the work yet. Thank you for the 20 gifties. Goddamn. All right. Fuck, I better think of something smart to say today. Look. Listen. And observe. I have a Marketing Monday. I'll tell you, I have one. I have the idea. I even have the lower third. I've got some pre-written fucking jokes, to be honest. I've got a lot of it. I got like 85% of it. But the truth is, I think it needs a little bit more polish. If I'm being straight honest, I think I need one more day. So I'm thinking, all right, we do Targeting Tuesday. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone loves Targeting Tuesday. Everyone loves that. We skipped Get Smarters on Saturday and Sunday because we played League and then I just dipped on Sunday. So to me, it feels like we're due to also, here's what I thought. As a compromise, because we've missed a Marketing Monday, today's Get Smarter at Marketing Monday. Crazy Slick. Let me show you my DMs with Crazy Slick. Love leaking DMs. Slick and I played League of Legends, and I was impressed with his Shen, and now we're friends. Just locked. How do you only show one DM and not every single one of my DMs? Uh-oh. Don't want to do that. All right, this is pretty good. All right, so like 1 month ago, he DM'd me, yo, want to stream together sometime with the nerd face and the thumbs up. And a month later, I followed him. And I sent him this. By the way, Crazy Slick's way better known than me, dude. I literally just didn't see it. But I thought it'd be funny as fuck right after our league game. And then I told him I don't know Wald for a month to make sure it's real, you know? So we might actually play a game. And then he said to follow my Twitch before I get angry. And I said, I'll do it in exactly 1 month. And I was going to do that. I really was going to follow his Twitch in 1 month, which I think is fair. You know, you got to give it a month to make sure it's real. But then I saw this tweet. Did you delete it? Oh, no, you didn't. Remember when we would stick these in our ass? This is just your tweet, unprompted. And then I regretted not only following you, but any DM conversation we had in general. I really feel like I was instantly punished. Like it was like frame one. I followed you last night and I wake up. You know when you follow someone on Twitter, Twitter will serve you their tweets with high priority. Like if you recently followed somebody, they'll give you a lot of their tweets to see if you engage with them, if you want more. So literally I'm served top of the feed. Crazy Slick sticking this finger in his ass. Like I just feel like I really got frame one punished. Anyway, you guys can go like that if you want to. Really get the engagement numbers up on Slick's Twitter. That's what's going on with me. So yeah, Targeting Tuesday tomorrow. It's a good one. I think it'll be a good one. All right, here's the deal. If you're the type of person, and this is no knock on this. If you like the more, how do I say it? Funny, like goofy marketing Mondays. Like you like, oh, I want to fucking watch dumb ads. Then you probably won't like tomorrow's. If you like the businessy ones where I get all fucking charts on your motherfucking ass and throw some jokes in there, of course, then tomorrow will be for you. I kind of put some time into it. It should be a good one. I did my research. So either way, you know, whatever. It's Targeting Tuesday. Be there if you'd like to enjoy it. If not, that's totally fine as well. But today we'll be watching interesting videos related to brands and marketing and shit like that. All right, it'll be a Get Smarter Marketing Mondays, which is a pretty cool compromise. Wow, Atrioc, good job. Everybody's happy on twitch.tv. How are you guys doing? Good. Doing Sag. Smarketing Sundays, lol W. You don't, first of all, don't give yourself a lol W. If you drop something as dumb as Smarketing Sundays, don't follow that with your own lol W. Someone will give it to you if you've earned it. I don't think you did. To be honest, I don't think you did. But don't lol W yourself, your own joke. That's like a first rule. All right? I'm glad most of you seem to be doing good. I'm not doing so good. Oh, man, I just had a really, really hard day. Just a tough day. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. How do I get through it? Like, how do I stomach the pain? You know, every day is like such a struggle. Just like it takes effort. I think I'm like really just built different, like resilient. Because when things are hard, your reckoning will come. Why did an 8th month sub just tell me your reckoning will come? Oh, sorry. What? I'm crying in fear. Monka S. Oh, jeez. Jeez, Louise. It's a positive reckoning. I've never heard it used in that way. Doesn't sound right. Does this mean 3080s are back in stock? All right, don't. Anyway, I wanted to thank, I'm sorry, I missed some gifties from a real consistent gifter. Name's not Jimmy, a.k.a. Jared. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the 10 gifties. And thank you for all the support. As always, 100% of my Twitch income goes to the editors. After I take my fees, of course. I'm not going to not take my fees. Obviously, it's just good business. But after that, it does all go to the editors. All right, so El Clean, thank you for the 9 months. Thanks for the edutainment. Don't worry about it. Don't. Hopefully, there's some edu, not just tainment. Chicano in Tech, thank you for the 3 months of tier 1. Lord Appa, thank you for the prime. Drew 99921. What? There's that many Drews. There's 19,921 other Drews, and all right, man. Well, thanks for the prime. Kip G, thank you for the 5 gifties. Extremely PogChamp, and just in time with the 8 months. When's the Hitman speedrun? I gotta tell you, I'm so excited for it. And I don't know the date yet. Wednesday. I think I'll do my first one on Wednesday if I don't have any other. If we don't play League or something, I'm going to just straight up drop. I'm just going to do it. I'm ready. I've been ready. I was born ready. Screen, thank you for 2 months of prime. Bob DeBiolonaro. I did not butcher your name. Thank you for the prime. Is there any crazy news today? Let me cover some news first. What's going on in the world that I can really just weigh in on? You know? What did I want to say? Oh, something else was going on. Roblox stock? What's it at? Goddamn Roblox stock. Holy moly. No, it's about flat. It's not popping. I guess it's up. Yeah, it's up. It's about where it was when it IPO'd. But it's obviously a very valuable company. Roblox. People, what I can tell, Roblox is huge. I've been an advocate of Roblox for fucking day one. But one thing I've noticed in the investing in business world is that they don't know a fucking thing about Roblox. Like, they've never seen 1 minute of Roblox gameplay in their entire life, but they've heard what to say. So they'll be like, yeah, it's transformational. Like, what they're doing with games is transformational, and it's a whole metaverse, and it's going to change the paradigm, and that's why I'm investing. And they clearly don't know shit about Roblox. They don't know that essentially Roblox is a way for children to rip off popular games with shitty Roblox graphics and then sell them to other children. That's the actual business model. It's a good one. Don't get me wrong, but they don't seem to understand that. That's all it is. I mean, that it's not like there's some fucking great paradigm shift. It's literally a squeaker making his own CSGO and selling it to even younger squeakers. And that's cool. It's just like eventually that might have a reckoning. The reckoning may come, as my chatters like to say, with copyright. Nancy Pelosi invested $750,000 in Roblox. How do you know that? And there's two outcomes. One is you just made that up entirely. And which so why? Why was that contributive to my chat at all? What was the point of that? Just picked a random fucking person and made a random number. If that's fake, it's stupid. If it's real, she did though? Oh shit. Chatter dropping facts. Pelosi dropping fucking $750,000 on Roblox. Pelosi based? Pelosi's fucking playing Crunker.io in her free time? Pelosi kill montage in fucking Roblox CSGO? That chatter was Pelosi. A lot of senators like to watch Marketing Mondays because it helps them figure out what stocks they should pump and dump on the American public. I could dust her in Crunker. Let's go. Dude, imagine. The fucking... Imagine Pelosi sees AOC playing Among Us and gets jealous. So fucking 2 weeks later, it's fucking Pelosi's old ass playing Crunker. That's such such a funny concept. What are we going to do? AOC's pulling through the roof. We need to capture that youthful energy. This Pelosi no-scoping. Oh, man. Don't lol W on your own comments. Can't get the joke out because he keeps laughing. All right, listen. The rules don't apply to me. I'm the fucking streamer. I'm going to laugh at all my jokes. Bitch. Yeah, of course. Of course. Because my jokes are funny. Asshole. I'm here to acquire a drop of knowledge in the ocean of worldly information. You're the wise one, Peter. What a wise chat message. Wow, you should teach us. Oh, I'm crying already. Whoo! I guess I'm just too funny. Oh, man. It's tough. It's tough being this funny. When Atrioc, I'm grinding Rocket League, and I can say I feel your pain. I am absolutely dog shit, and I hate this. All right, well, I was really good at it, actually. We're not the same. Can't relate. Sorry. Find someone else, brother. I was fucking goated to RL. On the sticks, baby, I was fucking quick with it. Roblox proves UGC is king. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sorry, I'm not knocking you. It's just like UGC is king is something anyone could say. It's like the it depends on the UGC. If you had like fucking I don't know, dickbuttart.com and everyone could submit their own UGC dickbutt. That's actually $1 billion idea, and I would patent it right now. No, it's just like it depends on what they're creating. Why is Nvidia stock going up today? It's because I just this face looking good. I just gotta get a good night's sleep. Everyone saw it and just boom, straight through the roof. Atrioc, I heard you're older than time and contain all the wisdom. Spelled wrong. Please give. That's what I'm doing. It's literally what I'm doing, and you're interrupting me. I'm trying to drop knowledge. Asshole. I own 0.0048 shares of Nvidia. You've made me a rich man. You know what that reminds me of? Dr. Battle. One of Ludwig's mods. Fucking, when I first started doing Marketing Monday, he like messaged me for investing advice. And he was like, yo, I'm thinking of investing in Budweiser because Corona's going to make a big comeback. No, actually, he said he's going to invest in Corona, the beer, because he knows it's going to make a big comeback. And I was like, well, first of all, bro, Corona's not a company. It's just one brand as part of AB InBev, Anheuser-Busch. And, you could invest in that, I guess, if you thought so. And he's like, all right, bet. And then he came back. He came back like a week later, and he just DM'd me a screenshot of his brokerage account with 2 shares of AB InBev for like $40. And I was like, king. Absolute fucking Warren Buffett, dude. When you get the yacht, do not forget about me. And let's check on AB InBev, dude, since he AB InBev stock. Let's see here what we got here. Okay. Over 6 months. Nah, I mean, it's like about the same, bro. It's flat. But hey, you haven't lost. You haven't lost. It's about flat, but you haven't lost. And that means it just means you're due for a pop. The bull thesis is still strong. He's gonna keep it for decades. Yeah, that's gonna provide. That's money for him, for his kids, for his grandkids. Okay, you hold on to those 2 shares of AB InBev, and you're set for long term. Okay. I got 10 shares of Apple for my 10th birthday. What kind of fucking rich ass family? Excuse me? I am assuming your 10th birthday wasn't in the past 6 months. That means pre-split? Bro, for your 10th birthday, I got a fucking... I got like a Pokemon booklet. Like, not even the game, just the booklet from a garage sale. I got a Razor. Oh, dude, you guys remember? Did Zoomers ever Razor Scooter? Razor Scooter probably peaked in 2003, right? So did Zoomer? If you're born in 04, anyway, Razor Scooter was the shit. And I hope you all remember when you would try to kick, you like go on one wheel and kick the Razor Scooter around and like kind of hop it, but it would slam into your shin as hard as it fucking could. It would spin around and it would hurt like your shin or your ankle. Man, I must have done that shit fucking 100 times. It hurts so much. God, just thinking about it hurts. As a Zoomer, the Razor Scooter was so sick. What about the Razor phone, though? You guys want to know about that? Huh, Zoomers? You ever heard of the Razor phone? Motorola Razor, the coolest shit. You had one, the girls were like, oh, you got a Razor? My parents had that. Yeah, Grandpa. I saw it in the museum. It sucked my nuts. It was great. T9, baby. It was slick. Honestly, it was slick. It was a slick phone. I don't think there was a cooler flip phone. Straight up. I don't think so. And flip phones, I wish there was something lost. Like, so nowadays, there's nothing you can do when you're done with a call that's satisfying on a smartphone. There's my dog. Hey, Maya. But when a flip phone, you could slam it shut, and it really was like a badass. Like if you were in a call and someone was watching, you're like, oh, all right, I gotta go, and you like slam it shut, and it's like, damn. Throw your phone on the ground. You know, they did a study. They did a study with people of all ages, and they asked them the question, would you rather have your phone fall on the ground and shatter into 1,000,000 pieces or break a finger? And everyone over 20, I think it's like 24, 25. Everyone over 24, 25, it was like 85% plus would say, of course, my phone. Of course the phone should shatter. Please don't break my finger. Obviously. But it's funny, the younger they got, starting now, the kids started to say, they started to waffle. But they didn't immediately say finger. But like 16-year-old, 17-year-old, they would be like, well, like, which finger? Like they started to negotiate. They would be like, yo, so like, could you like when do I get a new phone? Like they were trying to like figure out it was like not a clear choice. It was like a real and then like when they got really young, it was like finger. Yeah, like I and they just showed how important the phone has become. It's like really a conduit to which you experience the world. From minute one of your birth, which is interesting. It's very interesting, and I don't think it's like haha idiot Gen Alpha. I think it's like a rational choice. It's like you lose your pinky for a while. What is that really going to stop? You lose your phone. You're like, oh, there goes your friends. There goes your connections. There goes your entertainment. There goes your whatever you view. Like it's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's realistic that it's not a crazy thing to do. It's just funny. It's just a funny observation. Linkus. I wrote this song for you. Linkus, I hope you get the world record. Just a little. Not a big deal. That took me just a week. Literally, don't even worry about it. Like, it's not a big deal. If you like it, I mean, you could make it your solo or something, but no big deal. I barely spent any time on it. Like, just like 8 hours at night, every night for the past week. But that's like, it's like nothing. It's like, whatever. I've broken all my fingers playing basketball, so I'd pick my phone. I'm used to it. How the fuck do you play basketball? What are you doing wrong? You broke every one of your fingers? Do you catch the ball by popping it with your... What do you... what is your technique? Street ball, baby? Fist fights? All right, bet. If we're talking big stonk stories, want to hear the story of how I ran our school cafeteria out of business and got in trouble? Yeah. Call me on Discord. Let's hear Linkus' story about how he ran the school cafeteria out of business and got in trouble. Linkus!
Hello. All right.
Yeah, what's going on? What'd you do?
Okay. So
Wait,
at
set the
the time,
stage. So how
right?
old were you? How old are you?
At this time, this was when I was in middle school. I was like 14 years old,
Okay.
and all the other kids would get money from their parents, right? So they could buy, like pizza at the school cafeteria and whatnot. And I had no money. My parents would not give it to me because it wasn't healthy, right? And I was not having it. I wanted that goddamn pizza slice.
course,
Okay, I
of
wasn't eating that
course.
dirty, dry fish. that they were serving.
Nasty.
Yeah. So what I figured out was that the bus card you got to go to school, also actually was valid to the big city. And at the time, it was a craze when we were 14 years old. Everyone wanted energy drinks, right?
True.
But there was an age limit. You had to be 15 to buy it.
Oh,
So
shit.
I went into the city after school one day, and I went to every single store, and I found this one store that didn't check for ID. So I borrowed money from my grandparents. I went to the store and I bought a huge supply of energy drinks. I brought it back. I took all my books out in my school locker. I brought them all home, filled the entire thing up with just energy drinks. And then I would sell them for a 20-cent profit so they could buy one. And I would make 20 cents on each can that I would sell. And it was going absolutely great. And I was
King shit.
happy, dude. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was buying pizzas. I wasn't eating that stupid fish anymore. I was
Flexing.
living life. Then one day, I get sent to the principal's office. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm a good student, right? Like, I mean, like, I am not like a daring person, right? I don't dare doing anything, right? I've never been in
Sure.
trouble.
Well,
And I get
okay,
sent-
yeah, you're running a illegal business out of your locker, but okay.
Anyways, I get sent there. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, so we noticed a decrease in all our sales for soda. And, well, a rumor has it that,
They hit you with the monopoly, dude. You were an upstart competitor eating their market share, and they fucking used dirty tactics to force you out of business.
That's their fault. They were selling it for 50 cents extra compared to store. I
You
was selling
undercut
for
their
only 20
margins.
cents.
Oh
I
my!
know.
It's brutal capitalism, is what it is.
So, anyways, they call my parents up, and my parents are all in shock. And I'm like, "What are you looking at me for? You weren't providing me with any money, dude. You're making me eat this fish. I wanted the pizza, right?" So I had to give up my great business, and I got in so much trouble because they were not happy that because this cafeteria also they took some of the profits and gave it to people graduating ninth grade for a small trip. But the ninth graders were all pissed at me because they were getting so much money for their trip. And I was like, not my issue, dude. You should have cut your prices
Not
down.
my
okay?
issue. Hey, not my problem. That's business, baby.
Yeah. Exactly. Dude, here in Freedom Land, man. They're
That's
like,
a
come on,
great
dude, it's an
story.
open
You got
market.
scammed. Yeah, it's a free market. I outplayed them. That's super funny.
Exactly.
Principal
yeah,
got
so-
jealous.
Yeah, no, so that's the big song. So everyone going to school right now, that's the 5 strat, okay? Just undercut your school cafeteria, like make it a bigger secret than I was, because if they find out, they're not happy.
Yeah, the one lesson is you can't get caught. So
Exactly.
you need like a burner phone. You need, like this, you need a network. But other than that,
Exactly.
that's amazing.
It's
That's
just like when it takes someone out in Hitman. As long as no one sees you, it's fine. You still get the top rank.
You've never done that. You always kill time,
Yeah.
and then you break their neck.
Exactly. Always snap the neck.
Hey,
that's
as a world record holder who's grinded for world records, you got any tips for me? I'm going for it this week. I'm getting it back.
Oh shit! Wait, which states are you doing the?
No, I'm
the
literally
stupid
doing
tunnel?
the all three trilogy. Some Hitman God came in. He beat my
Okay.
time by 3 hours. it's
Okay.
and I'm ready. I'm like I can beat him. I have been
Gotcha.
I've been putting in the real work, Linkus. You'd be proud. All right.
Okay.
And
okay.
and I think I can do it, but um
Well,
I
okay.
just it's like I've never this run is going to take it's about an hour long run, right? So it's like one of those things where you get near the end and there's some tricks that like could save time or throw the run. You've done this like in
Okay.
all your runs. And it's like, I just
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
how do you deal with that? Like how do you that's my biggest worry is that so it's 20 different stages, right? And each individual stage, I think my time is better than his. That's how good I've gotten. I've looked
Okay.
at my times and his. But in the run, once I get to stage 20 and it's fucking hard and I feel like I'm gonna choke it. Like I feel like it's gonna. That's where I'm at. So I'm trying to get like where's your mind at on this stuff, or do you just like
Gotcha,
do it so
okay.
many times?
Okay. So first of all, okay, chat, don't pay attention to this first part. How good is the actual record? Like, how good is his run?
No, I mean he's like the best Hitman player. It's good.
Okay, so it's actually good. So he goes for all the fast strats.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Now that I've studied him and I've studied the Chinese players, and one thing I've noticed is this guy. He's fast. He's good, but he goes for the safe stuff. He goes for the consistent stuff. It's still fast,
Gotcha.
but there's some shit you can do that's faster. It's just riskier. That's what the Chinese go for, and that's what I've been trying to go for. But I just, I gotta. That's what I'm trying to balance. I don't know. Where do you, like? I'm starting to see this world of speedrunning, and I'm wondering which one do you go for? Do you go for the hardest shit that is like 25%?
I like to go for the hardest stuff, but only if it's in the beginning of the run. Because if it's in the
Interesting.
beginning, it's like even if let's just say there's a trick that you get 1 out of 10 times, but it's at the start, and there's a trick you get 1 out of 5 times at the end. I guarantee you, the one in the end is going to be way worse. Because in the run, if you're in a good pace, you're going to be nervous. You're not going to pull it off
Yes,
at all.
yes.
Like, that's just the thing. The mental barrier is harder than the difficulty of the trick itself.
He's so right.
So that's why you should always go for the first ones. However, you got to sprinkle them out a bit because we need to think about content here, okay?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, okay? You don't want to be like Ludwig, okay? He joins my stream, he sees me pause for 2 minutes, he's out, right? You don't want to be stuck on that pause for too long, okay? You want to be past it fairly quickly, okay?
So smart. It's really all for content.
Exactly.
I can't be stuck on the pausa.
Exactly. You don't want to be stuck in the pauses.
Yeah.
So you want to sprinkle some hard stuff, but only enough so you slightly beat the record, okay? You don't want to go for the god time, okay? Because also the more records you get, right? You get that doubled record tweet out on Twitter, right? You got 2 records.
that's so
now
smart.
that's double the hype, right?
That's
so
actually
you got to
so
leave a little
fucking
bit of
smart.
leeway there.
Because okay, so actually you're not even gonna get this, but so there's 3 levels, right, of the 20 that I smash his time, but all 3 of
Okay.
those are like coin flips. I mean, it's so risky to strat. So what I was thinking was, if I get one of them, I should just do the safe strat. Now that I hear your advice, my original plan before this was like, I'm just gonna go for the coin flip on all 3 and crush his time by like 3 minutes and be a god. But really what I should do is if I get any one of them, I should just stop there and do only safe strats. Because if I get any one of those skips, I think I beat his time just by going even on everything else. Like, literally, it's such a huge...
Well, the big question is how much time does it lose if you miss one? I'm thinking if you miss one, can you make it up by getting the other 2?
No. If you miss anything in a Hitman run, I think it's over. Because, like... So let's say you're in... Like, each level's like 2-3 minutes. If I'm a minute 30 in and then I lose and have to restart, then that's a minute 30 time loss. That's like a level. There's just no shot. So really, you have to get every level first try.
Okay. So it's kind of similar where like it's the max rank, right? Like if you get detected by anything, you're screwed.
If anything sees me at all, so I can't do any strat that would
Okay.
get me seen. But some of them are good that just are risky.
Are there any good strats that are pure RNG?
Pure orange. Yeah. There's one where right off the bat, you can pull out your sniper rifle, shoot it 5 miles away through a window, hit somebody in the head, and if they fall the right way, no one sees them. If they fall the left way, they get seen. But it's like a pixel difference, and like you can't, like, you just shoot them in the head and hope. And it's about 50-50.
How early in the run?
But the problem is it's like legit halfway through the run. It's like right.
Oh.
And so
Damn, okay.
I want to go for it because it cuts like a minute off his time and just fucking obliterates him. But like if my beginning's going good and I do that, I'm gonna be sad as fuck. And
That's fair. Oh, okay. Well, here's that's why I was asking. So, what I have always known is because I'm a full-time streamer, time is in my favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I used to be slower at Wind Waker, the only reason I got the records at first was because I had the dedication to grind out the perfect RNG, right? Because it would make it up. I'm like, I lose 30 seconds. I'm like, I don't care, but I
I'll
can
do it
save
again.
a minute on the RNG,
Yeah. I respect that. Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, if you're like 15, 20 minutes in and you know you're a little bit behind, just continue it and hope you get that RNG, right? That's probably what I would do. But at the same time, it sounds like in Hitman, it's not the same because it's not like you fail a trick, you retry, you lost 10 seconds. It more sounds like if you fail almost anything, you're kind of just
you're
over.
pretty fucked. You can't really fail a trick and keep going. So, that's interesting. But I like that. What I want to do, I'm a grinder at heart. So what I want to do is like pick all the hardest shit, and I just know that if I try the run enough times, eventually the stars will align and I'll get it. But knowing that it's already weighing on my, because this is a busy month at NVIDIA, you know, I just kind of gauged. Mari's kind of like, all right, can't grind Hitman all the time off stream. And I've been, you know, it's like I don't know when I'm going to do that. So, and also my stream will die if I turn into a silent Hitman mauling, you know, so it's just like half of my brain is screaming like, fuck them all, let's go for it. And then the other half is like, all right, you got to fucking, anyway, we'll figure it out. But I do appreciate the advice.
That's fair. Yeah, Chad, I hope you're excited for that new ARM CPU that NVIDIA is launching. Massive announcements coming
Big
through.
announcement.
It's going to be an exciting
all NVIDIA
time.
shareholders are excited because the stock went fucking massive today. So
Really?
Yeah, it popped big.
Damn, I sold too early.
You traitor! Never sell. That's the first rule. Unless I quit or they fire me, then you get out. Okay, you get out right then.
Listen, okay, I've owned NVIDIA stocks now like 2-3 times. I bought it right before the 2000 series launch. Let me say it was quite the hit. I held off. I got the 3000 launch. Yeah. I sold at a profit. I was happy. Okay?
That's probably good. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, holding. And man, it was a dark mood at the company after that. For what you guys want to know, he's talking about. There was it was because of crypto. Let me show you. It was right when Bitcoin was first booming and people were just buying every GPU to mine crypto. Right. Oh, it looks so small in comparison, but this was it. The stock is so much bigger now, but this was the dip right here. And it was like the company went from 290 to down to 205.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big, it was like a third of the company's value gone. And,
well, it was still pretty. I bought them in like 2017, my stock, so I held it for quite a while though. Like I still, had a pretty good one.
Shit.
You know, my favorite stock was I invested the second when Elon Musk smoked the dank on the podcast because I saw that the stock dipped so big. I was just like, this is gonna go back, and then I held it.
Thank you for the stock advice, Linkus. Thank you. It was so great talking to you. I invested when Elon Musk smoked the dank.
Dude,
you did make insane money though, so I don't blame you. I hope you sold, bro.
I got him at about 160, 200. I sold when it was about 800.
Oh, you're a genius.
So I was pretty happy.
No, you actually
I should have held
min-maxed.
longer I should have held longer looking at it now.
No, 800 is the max. I mean, 880 you could have gone to, but 800 was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I lucked out on that one.
That's genius. So here's the advice. Actually, listen up, boys. If anyone smokes the dank, that's when you know go big, diamond hands.
Exactly. You gotta be in California for it though.
All right, man. I'm gonna go into watching videos, reacting. You know, the best form of content, the real.
Sounds good. Just watch out on that Yu-Gi-Oh for 7 hours though.
Appreciate the story. The cafeteria story is hilarious. Have a good one.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, have a good one. Have a great story.
Much love to Linkus, our dear friend of the stream. That was a funny fucking Atrioc. I bought 10K of Nvidia at 580 like 7 months ago. Nice. Good good shit. Let's react to some stuff. I sold Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits at 100% markup. Dude, I remember people would sell pizzas. So Lincoln was talking about pizza, but like my school didn't offer pizza at lunch. So people would just go, like seniors and I think juniors could leave campus for lunch and they would just go and buy full pizzas and sell each slice. And they made racks and it was like not a problem. It was like a genius business idea. We couldn't leave. We had ice cream. Yeah, I think everyone did it. When I was a kid, the thing you could do was they banned, because it was like Christian panic. They banned Pokemon cards. And so what I would do, because I was a Pokemon card fiend. Like I was literally the Pokemon kid. I knew the whole Poke Rap. As I've told you, I played the first 4 hours of Pokemon Red probably 1,000 times. Anyway, there was this spot. Let me try and find on the Jungle Gym at recess. Okay, I don't have. I can't find a good example of it. But I'll give you. It's like this. All right. It's like one of these, but see this? This thing? It was like one of these, but it was filled in. It was like a tunnel. It was like this part you could go in. It was like a turtle shell, like with one entrance here and one entrance here, so you could hide underneath it and no one could see you. And you could climb on the top of it. Like the outside was the climbable part, but there was an inside tunnel, and that was my fucking crack spot, dude. That's where I sold Pokemon cards, swapped Pokemon cards, dealt Pokemon cards. I had the fucking trench coat full of fucking Pikachus, bro. That's where I just spent recess fucking swapping, dude. I was like making trades. I would just crawl through this tunnel, sit in here, and that's just fucking Brandon's domain. And kids would come in and fucking get their swap on. We would just trade for all sorts of shit. Smoking that Digimon pack. I haven't touched Digimon. I hated Digimon. I've always been very tribal in my, like when I first like started posting online, I was like, fuck Sony, fuck Microsoft, all right? Nintendo for life, all right? And that's how it is. And like when I was a kid, I was like, Pokemon, fuck Digimon. You know, I would always pick something and then I would ride or die. I'm much different now, I think, just because it makes no sense. But like, I was definitely I felt like I had to be a part of a crew. There was a guy at my school who would order 20 Big Macs on Uber Eats, sell them, and then charge back on the app. He got our school IP banned from Uber Eats. That's such greed. He didn't just like circumvent the rules to sell at a markup. He charged back. Like he thought that would work forever. Yeah, I found an infinite money glitch. They'll just send me these burgers. Oh man, you know, I actually every time I hear the story of a chargeback scam, I get pissed because you know what? One fucking day you guys are gonna push it too far. One day someone's gonna ruin chargebacks for all the rest of us, and they're gonna get rid of it. One fucking day, one of these assholes is gonna charge back too much, or it's gonna go from 1% of customers to 5%. And then once it gets to too much of a percent, they're going to take away the feature. They're going to sunset it. They're going to be like, actually, we've replaced chargebacks with something better called charge requests. They're just worse, but we put a smiley face on them. They're going to do that. They're going to, because chargebacks are too good of a feature for honest people. And someone's going to abuse it. And so please stop fucking with chargebacks. Hey, Atrioc, first time YouTube frog here. Nice to meet you. I can see that it's Get Smarter Monday, but I'm still stupid as fuck. What's up with that? Well, I mean, you gotta factor in your baseline, brother. I mean, you're a YouTube frog, right? So you're starting at a low point. I can only, it's baby steps. All right, this is your first time in the stream. We do one IQ point at a time. You got to keep coming back. All right, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. Yeah, it's smarter, not smart. It's a great response. Yeah. If you go from 0 to 0.001, that's smarter. Glad I finally made it to Marketing Monday. I have some terrible news, Basil. It's Targeting Tuesday this week, but we are going to get smarter today. Big Man Flab for the 6 months. Hey, just want to let you know, Idaho is stupider than Puerto Rico. We actually rank 52nd nationwide. You spelled so many things wrong, which I love. It fits your point. Can't really tell why, man. Yeah, your sentence is terribly written, and but it tracks. And I actually think you're a genius. You've proven your point. I believe you. Oh boy, I'm sure excited for my first ever Marketing Monday. All right, you did that on purpose. Love you, Atrioc. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Dardan. I'll try. You've made some assumptions that you can call what I'm doing content, reacting to videos, and that it's great. But assuming those are true. Why did NVIDIA stock go down when crypto boomed? No, NVIDIA stock went down when crypto crashed because everyone was buying every single GPU because they were going to use it for mining. But Wall Street thought, oh, man, these GPUs are flying off the shelves. The demand is crazy. This will never stop. And then crypto crashed, and then people stopped buying the GPUs, and the market was flooded with GPUs, used GPUs. And then revenue went down, not even a lot, just a little bit. And then Wall Street was like, oh, fuck, panic, the sky's falling. And then NVIDIA lost a third of its value in like 5 days. But then it gained it all back times 5. So it's back, but just interesting. Hey, what, Atrioc, can we get the Atrioc coin upload before the welcome? Yeah, of course, Tim. And I'm going to get the gift alerts. The sub alerts. Why don't you do an NVIDIA stock giveaway to your subs? That's a great idea. That is a great idea. All 3-year subs are entered into an NVIDIA stock giveaway. All 3-year subs. Every single one of them. Atrioc, are you going to go back to the regular schedule or not? Because I kind of base everything I do off of what time you go live. That's who dat. Thank you, who dat. I am probably, but I'm still doing this early shit for at least all of April because April's a busy ass month. So yeah, I'll probably go back, but we'll see. I'm also trying to fix my sleep schedule, and it's working. And when it's working, that makes me. Bots, can you ban ASCII? I only allow ASCII art if you have a Connor 6 Froggy. Sealard, thank you for the 7 months. All right, about time to get to the videos, I think. I think we're getting close. By the way, you guys haven't checked out Who Dat stream, give it a shot. It's super funny. He is quite hilarious and a great lawyer. I think we don't talk about that enough. Let's see what we got. There's a couple videos I really wanted to watch. We watched Video Game Marketing Needs to Change. It was an interesting discussion. I liked it. How about dun 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 bum 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 bum. Bum ba da ba. Bum ba da ba 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 da ba. Oh man, he's got a video in mind and he definitely will find it soon. Yes, indeed, he's got a video for you. It's gonna be the one you want to watch all day. It's video. It's video for you. It's the one that makes you happy. It's video. It's video for you. It's the one that changes your life. Fuck, I can't. I literally can't find it. I'm scrolling. I saw it earlier. What the fuck? Let me just search it in YouTube. It's Darman. Yeah, it's just all Darman. It's 5 minutes of Darman. Oh, here it is. The secret behind Coca-Cola's marketing strategy.
Hi.
1.2 million views. I found it. PogChamp. Let's watch it. Hey, it's Psychic in the chat. Unbanned and free. Wow. Just look at that. That's all you need to say. Hey, Big A. Love your singing. Love everything about it. You maybe even take it to the next level of Fergie/Jesus, though, if you eased up on the vibrato. I was thinking I was going to double down on the vibrato. Yikes. All right, let's find out. The secret behind Coca-Cola's marketing strategy. Let's
Welcome
learn.
to Thought Catalyst. I'm Charles Painter, and today we're going to be talking about the marketing campaigns of the Coca-Cola Company.
Ooh.
Coca-Cola was first invented within an Atlanta-based pharmacy by Dr. John Pemberton in May 1886. Initially sold at local soda fountain counters, growing demand...
I'm going to tell the Atlanta story, actually. This reminds me of Atlanta, and so I must tell it. I feel like I must tell it. I feel like I have to tell the Atlanta story. Because Coca-Cola... I'll tell you why this reminds me of it. All right? Okay. This is the story of how I became a felon. This is my criminal record exposed to you live on camera. None of you are allowed to repeat this. The Atlanta story is privileged information. It's a no narcs policy. It has been expunged from my criminal record. So only the privileged few of you can know this story. It takes place in Atlanta, not far from the headquarters of the Coca-Cola Corporation. Keep that in mind. It'll come in handy later. I, a young 17-year-old Atrioc, had just campaigned and won to become president of my high school's chapter of FBLA, the Future Business Leaders of America. FBLA, president. I guess I look like this. Okay? I was president of FPLA, and I remember I had a pretty funny campaign slogan. I forgot exactly what it was, but I remember it was stupid, and the kids that were voting thought it was funny and liked it, so I knew it would win. But I also knew that the teachers and the adults that ran FBLA didn't like it, and they thought it was stupid and not taking the thing seriously enough. I don't remember what the slogan was, but Either way, I won, all right, because I played the game, all right. I knew how to get the votes. It was a vote. It was democracy, and so I did it. So I won president of FBLA over people who had been in the club longer than me. I had joined relatively recently. I wasn't like a 4-year member who started freshman year. I was like a 1-year member who was like, fuck it, I want to be president. And I ran a great campaign, and I became the president, all right? But I was, the teachers weren't exactly like rock solid ride or die with me. They were like, okay, he won. Let's make this work, all right? And also, I think I was the first president who didn't do, like, so at FBLA, what you do is you go to competitions, all right? First in your state, then out of state, then national, like that, And the competitions are like all about business skills. So it'll be like your team on FBLA might have a person that does business writing, or someone might do math, or someone might do graphs and charts for business. Like, and they compete, and there's judges, and then that's how it goes, all right? And my area of specialties were, there was a marketing one, and then there was like a presentation one, and then there was like I think it was like business communications or something. Like those were the 3 that I competed in. All right. Okay. Anyway, so we had the best FBLA in the state of Arizona. Our school won. We won at FBLA statewide. All right. PogChamp. Atrioc, the president, we're off to a fucking good start. We win. All right. Yes. Hell yes, actually. I'm goated with it. We're already beating the state. We're going to nationals, baby. All right. You're wondering, how does this end up with you as a felon? Great question. So, nationals are held in Atlanta, Georgia. FBLA, Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be an absolute ball, a feeding frenzy, okay? All of the best FBLA chapters nationwide showing up to compete in the vibrant city of Atlanta. We fly out. I have my Sunday best. I'm dressed to the nines, okay? I got my tie. I'm a 17-year-old with a tie. I'm the president, baby. Let's make this work. And okay, so day 1 comes. I enter my competitions. I'm doing well. I place well. Our team's doing well. Day 2 rolls around. We're starting to get farther in the tournament. And a side story of my life starts to converge. That side story is I've started to get into esports. Okay? I've started to get into esports. On the side, I've started being like, wait, what is this esports shit? What's going on? Like, I'm. This is early, by the way. For me, this is like, I think I'm way ahead. Like, esports isn't even a thing really in America at the time. It's only in Korea. So what I would do is I would stay up at night, like till 2 a.m. and watch Korean esports secretly, to like, because I loved them, and I was also like, holy shit, look at this. Like, how do we get this big over in the West? That was my big idea. I was like, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to learn marketing, and I'm going to figure out how to make esports big in the West. It turns out they didn't need me. They just needed Fortnite. I was irrelevant to that idea. But at the time, I was like, I'm going to be the one to do it. Okay? Okay? I was going to be the one to do it. So I would stay up at night and watch Korean esports. And I had a favorite player. I've mentioned him on stream. My favorite player's name was Jaedong. He was the best Zerg player in history, all right? He was just a god of StarCraft. He was a fucking amazing. Just super duper fun to watch. And he was competing that night, okay? But it was at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. in Atlanta. And the hotel they had us stay at did not have free Wi-Fi. Again, this is older days. The hotel did not have free Wi-Fi. It had like $30 a night Wi-Fi. Okay? $30 a night Wi-Fi on my shitty ass, like, clunky laptop. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to miss this game. Jaedong's playing tonight. It's the fucking semifinals. It's Jaedong. I actually think I can fucking find the video, bro. What's his name? Oh. Yeah, this is it right here.
3, 2, 1, 0. And we're off. Sending his other overlord that man said, oh my god, that is horrible.
It's just probably the same fucking quality it was watched in too. This fucking 480p shit. But all right, so this
My voice here. Autonomy. Oh my god, that is the
Korean fans super happy. Anyway, so this game was happening, and I was like, I'm not fucking missing it. I'm literally not gonna miss it. Okay, so I can't buy that $30 Wi-Fi, but I remember, earlier today, in between the games, we had gone to a mall in Atlanta, and there was free Wi-Fi in the food court. I remembered it. I was like, damn, this is sick. There's free Wi-Fi in the food court. So it's 2 a.m. I'm in my hotel. I'm dressed in a business suit. And I'm like, what if I go back to that mall? Now, I don't tell anybody at all, which was stupid because I'm just sneaking out. I sneak away from the school group. I sneak out at night from the laptop at 2 a.m. in Atlanta. Okay? I am a 17-year-old fucking scrawny-ass white kid dressed in a fucking business suit, holding my laptop, walking the streets of Atlanta at night, 2 a.m. All right? I have to watch this game. I can't miss this game. So I walk. And by the way, the mall is like, I don't know, like a mile and a half from the hotel. I mean, it's far. I'm just walking through Atlanta at night. And I get there, and of course, it's closed. Of course. It's 2 a.m. The mall's closed. I can't get in to the Wi-Fi that I so desperately want. Obviously. But I really want to watch this game. Like it's not something I don't want to watch. So, so I remember the mall. Hopefully I can find a picture. I remember looking at this picture last time I told the story, but let's see. The mall had a sky bridge. No, it wasn't like this. It was a mall in the middle of the city. It was kind of like this, like a shopping center. Anyway, yeah, I don't have this is not the mall I'm thinking of, but there was two parts of the mall, right? Two buildings, and they had a sky bridge between them that went over the street, over the Atlanta City street. And that sky bridge had a stairway, like an access stairway. And I remember thinking, all right, well, let me check the access stairway. So I walk up that access stairway from the street, and there's a door on the side of the sky bridge, and I push it. Shit's unlocked. It's unlocked, bro. They forgot to lock the sky bridge. The mall's all locked, but the sky bridge is not. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm in. So I'm now illegally in the Mall of Atlanta at 2 a.m. in the food court. I walk over to the food court, and I remember I'm sitting at the counter, like I'm an employee. I'm just at the counter of an Orange Julius with my laptop out, plugged in, watching StarCraft. I'm watching this game.
scariest thing I've ever seen. A ton of mutilisks in the hand
And I'm super stoked
of one of the best mutilisks.
because Jaedong is playing amazing. I remember specifically he had like two groups of mutilisks. You can barely tell, but he's like double microing. He's like fucking crushing. And right as this game happened, this is game 4. It was a best of 5 set. Jaedong won. He lost the first game and then won the next 3. Game 4, as this moment is happening, right about here, I pop off loudly. I pop off and go, yes! Like, hell yeah. Like I just myself alone. Like, I've been watching for like 45 minutes now. I'm watching this whole thing, but I pop off. Instantly, I hear, who's there? There's a security guard. like I reveal myself, and he comes, and I freeze. I instantly freeze. I panic. I freeze. The situation is so indescribable. And he comes around the corner with his flashlight. And what he sees is a youngish looking guy in a business suit hacking into Orange Julius. It looks like I'm committing cybercrime. I have a laptop, a big bulky laptop, and I'm plugged into the Orange Julius mainframe, and I'm there at 2 a.m. and and it just looks like I'm committing a crime. Obviously. And I'm also in a suit, so I look like it's like a fucking professional operation. like this is my plan, dude. This is like this is a fucking 3-month op, and I'm here to fucking take Orange Julius for all they are. And so I try desperately to explain to him what I'm doing, but it's so ludicrous. I mean, literally, it's hard to explain to somebody you're in esports now. Try back then explaining that I'm watching Koreans play video games. No, I'm here at 2 a.m. No, sir, you don't understand. Jaedong is going to beat Hwasun in the semifinals of the GOM TV MSL. No, sir. So he is not understanding it at all. At all. But at this point, I'm getting scared because he's going to call the police. Like, he's like, no, stay here. You're... I'm like, wait, no, holy fuck. No, please, please, please. And I really, 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 like, turn on everything I've got in all of my soul, like, to beg him. Like, yo, please, sir. Like, I'm a student. I'm only here for FBLA. Anyway, he's not having any of it. Like, really, the charm is not working, but I can tell that, like, I'm truly pleading, and I think he can feel this is not what he thought it was. Like, this is not, like, this is not a criminal. Something's going on here, right? He starts to get that. And then I find my in, because he asked me how I got in. If he didn't ask me this, I would have just, it wouldn't have worked. But he asked me how I got in, and I tell him the truth. I tell him that the door was unlocked in the skywalk. And he realizes, I see it in his eyes. I see my opening because I see in his eyes, he realizes he fucked up. He should have locked that door. He fucked up, which means he's going to be in trouble too. He probably wouldn't even be in trouble, but he thought maybe he could be. And at that moment, I realize there is an out. And I really lean on that. And I'm like, sir, I'll just go. I swear to God, I'll just go. I was just using the Wi-Fi. I swear. I'll go right out that door you left unlocked and let me in. I'll just come right out the door you let me in with. I'm leaning on it. And I can see he doesn't want this to be a thing. Now, I think this guy was just like, if you really thought about it, like, he's not going to get in trouble. But I think in the moment, and I just pressured it, and he was like, all right. He's like, just go. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it that way, but so like, he just takes me to the door. He says, just go. And I got out. And I swear to God, I got out. I got out and I got away with it. And so you're probably thinking, well, then wait, how did you get arrested? That's because that wasn't the only time I fucked up in Atlanta. If that was it, I literally made it out of that. I made it out of that, and I was riding high. I was on top of the world. I remember getting back to the hotel like 3:30 and telling my roommate, the guy who was, and I was like, just like, dude, yeah, I watched StarCraft, that whole thing. The security guard caught me. And he's like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you, like, he was, anyway, So I got out. Easy clap, baby. Easy clap. I made it out. And I'm feeling untouchable. I'm feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to crush this marketing pitch thing tomorrow. I literally can't be stopped. There is not a thing on earth I can't talk myself out of. I'm a king. And that hubris comes back to bite me. Okay? That hubris, like Icarus, I flew close to the sun. But I wanted you to know that first part of the story. It's not relevant to me getting arrested, except that it gave me the confidence, the unearned confidence, when I was just purely lucky. It was a 5% chance I got out of that without getting in trouble, and I abused it, all right? So, the next day, people are saying thirsty. The next day, we are headed to the convention center, a pack of us. Me, the president, I think 5 other members of our team behind me. We're all walking to the convention center. And I get a little thirsty. I'll be honest with you. I get a little thirsty. People are asking it. I'm getting a little thirsty. I'm a little parched. And I'm like, all right, well, everyone else is a little thirsty. Everyone's hungry or thirsty or wants a snack. Let's stop at this convenience store, this bodega. It's a local Atlanta. It's like a 7-Eleven. It's like a local Atlanta place. Just like it sells snacks and drinks. And and I'm thirsty. And what you need to understand is that on the way, literally on the way to this, and this is hand of God, on the way to this convenience store, a homeless man, was saying he was a Air Force vet. Now, a lot of homeless people say they're veterans. I mean, and they probably are, given how fucking our country treats veterans. But he said he was an Air Force vet, and that got to me. And because my dad's in the Air Force. And I just felt like, man, what if my dad was like this? And I felt, I don't know, I literally felt, I could tell he was like he was semi-scamming. And everyone else in the group was like, let's go. But I was like, no, I'm going to help him out. But I only had no cash. I only had my card. And so I only had a 20. No, I'm sorry. I had a 20 and then some like whatever was left. I didn't want to break the 20, right? So I gave him like everything in my wallet but the 20. So like the 5 and the 2 ones. I gave him like everything but the 20. All I had was the 20. The end point of this is that I ended up with only a $20 bill in my wallet. And everyone else, people that are going to be at my wedding can confirm that I gave that homeless man all of my money out for the 20. Like $7-8 probably. All right? Then but unfortunately, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That charity was a mistake. Because we get to the bodega. And I am thirsty. And I take a water bottle out of the freezer, the fridge. And we're walking around. I'm going to buy it. We're just walking around with it. Because everyone else is going to shop for stuff. I just want a water bottle. I get the water bottle. We're walking around with it. And it's cold and it's good. And I'm holding it in my hand. And I've been thirsty. I was the one who suggested this. I was thirsty. And so while they're like picking out Starburst and picking out whatever, I crack it open. And I take a sip. All right? I take a sip. I put the cap back on. Like right away. Like I take it out. I'm walking around. I crack it up, take a sip, put the cap back on. No big deal. But we're there for like 15, 20 minutes. I swear to God, we're there for a while. And when everyone's checking out, I realize, like I'm in the line to check out. I realize, wait a minute. All I have on me is this 20. I don't want to break this 20 for this water bottle. So I'm just going to put it back. I'm not thinking that I already opened it and took a sip. Only one sip. Only one sip. I'm not thinking about it. Again, it doesn't cross my mind. It was stupid. But it's also hubris. All right? It's also my brain just thinking, like, what is the absolute worst that could happen? Legit. Chances are, wait. Chances are no one's even going to know. It doesn't cross my mind at all. So I put the water bottle back. Okay? I put the water bottle back in the fridge after I cracked it. I took a sip. I'm not proud of it, okay? It is a crime, as I would soon find out. Anyway, I'm walking out the store. They fucking immediately, the second I put that water bottle back, there is a fucking sting operation that goes, the fucking highest levels of the FBI. The fucking wire comes through, okay? The second I put that water bottle back, a fucking 5-man team goes into motion. They have both the exits covered. They don't grab me in public. They have both the exits covered. They have the footage. They have a fucking man in the back. They got a man in the front. They have the cashier in on it in a fucking earpiece. Like, the whole fucking thing is a sting operation. The second I try to leave the door, fucking 2 people surround me. It's a fucking bodega. The cashier, like, flags me. Like, it's a fucking form. I get surrounded. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And they're like, come to the back, sir. Come to the back. And I'm like, wait, what is happening? Like, wait, what is, like, they're singling me out from all my friends. What's going on? Come to the back, sir. Come to the back. Okay. What's, they get me in the back room. Stay here, sir. We're calling the police. Wait, what? What? No one's even telling me what's going on. If someone had told me what was going on right away, maybe I could have salvaged it. Maybe. Maybe. But nobody even told me. And I mean, I'm like, I don't get it. I couldn't imagine that it was the fucking water bottle. I just didn't get it. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We're calling the police, sir. Stay right here. No, I'm not. What's happening? Just stay here, sir. I'm not talking to you. I'm like trying to ask them questions. Nobody's telling me anything. Finally, 2 cops get there. A black and white pulls up and 2 cops show up. And and then they tell me they caught me on tape. He put a water bottle back. He was stealing water. And I'm like, no. I said, oh my God, please. I'm literally dressed in a full business suit with a school group. I'll pay $20. It's like a 69-cent bottle of water, dude. It's less than $1. It's a fucking Nestle Pure Life. I will pay $20 for. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. It was a mistake. I'm like freaking out. And they're like, apparently, that bodega and Atlanta in general has a high shoplifting rate. Shoplifting is epidemic. And so because shoplifting is such a problem, they have some very strict laws around it. And the bodega had a zero tolerance, like, pure enforcement, like shoplifting punitive damages policy. All right. So for 1 sip of water, they're going to press me with the full charges. Like they're like theft, like full on. They're pushing it. All right. And the cops are like, the 2 guys there are kind of feeling bad for me, but they're like, I mean, it's, if they want to press, that's what you're going to do. So I have to go to the police station. Like the police officers have to take me away from the group of other high school students and put me in a cop car and take me down to the station for a drop of water that I'm begging to pay for. I'm begging to overpay for. And they're charging me as a crime. It's a crime. And so I have to go before a judge. By the way, I'm freaking out at this point. And I can't compete because I have to do this this police shit while I'm in Atlanta. I'm scheduled to fly home and I have to do it in Atlanta. And so not only that, I have to have someone to like represent me. So my dad has to fly out. if you guys know anything about my dad from any of my stories, my dad is a 30-year military veteran, 6'3", buzz cut, tall ass dude. Like he's that's my dad, right? My dad, that was the thing I was most afraid of, was calling my dad. So I had to tell my parents what was going on and that I needed my dad to fly out. And so he had to buy an expensive last-minute red-eye to Atlanta to help me in court in front of a judge. Now, it's not like a jury trial. There's no jury. There's no people in the seats. But it's in a courtroom, just me and the judge. So my dad flies out, and one thing I'll say to my dad's credit, by the way, my mom was my mom, God bless her, I love her. I remember telling her about this on the phone, and she did not help in that she was like screaming and like, your life's over. They're gonna take it off from like she was like it. She was like it was the end of the world. Like she just thought it was all over. Like all the work I'd done, like she was really, and I love my mom, but she was not making me an already scared kid feel better. She was like really freaking out. And so my dad flew out, and I could tell he was angry on the phone. But the first thing he did when he landed was just hug me and be like, hey, it's not that big a deal. You're all right. Like, and I was so ready to get fucking yelled at. Like the whole flight he was coming here, it was really the nicest thing. I remember that probably to this day. It's probably the nicest thing my dad's ever done when he could have been mad. He didn't yell at me at all. I think he could tell that I was just like, I was losing it. Like, I was so, anyway, it was the nicest thing my dad ever did. I mean, he's done a lot of nice things, but when he could have been angry. So he was totally fine. And we had to wait a day before we appeared before the judge. And I was basically barred from competing in FBLA. Like FBLA, the teachers who already were like kind of iffy on me were like, no, until this gets figured out, you can't do anything. Like you have to. So I was like, oh, fuck. All right, well, okay. So we had 24 hours. Yeah, no. People are saying no felon policy, lol W. No, that's true. Because I committed any sort of crime, the sip of water, I was stripped of my FBLA presidency. I lost the presidency. And I was no longer allowed to compete because of that. Insane. Absolutely insane. So I'm just like depressed. I'm super sad. And my dad is there. And instead of yelling at me for a day, he took the whole day and he took me to things to get my mind off of it. He took me to the Coca-Cola headquarters museum. That like, it was like they have this big Coke museum in Atlanta where you can try every different flavor. It's like they have every single possible flavor of Coke, and you can see like how it's made and the syrup and all. It's like, and I remember it distinctly because like I couldn't really focus on what was going on, but I was just really happy that my dad wasn't fucking berating me when I already felt like shit. All right. So I stole a couple bottles of Coke. Obviously, double down. Obviously, I'm going to double down. If I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. No, no, I remember I was like, cause I was one of those annoying kids that would, go to the soda fountain and press every single one and then say they created a new soda and thought it was cool. You mix fucking Powerade with Sprite with Coke and it tastes like shit, but you're like, I made a new soda. I would do that all the time as a kid. And so I was like, all right, this is like I'm trying to feel good. I'm trying to bring back my childhood here. My dad's taking care of me. And I tried to make that with like 50 different flavors. It tastes like absolute ass. And I was like, all right, and plus like everything was sour because I felt like shit. So I just remember it was like the worst tasting soda I've ever had in my entire life. But I felt good because I was there. It was like really the worst tasting thing ever created. The garbage can. So we get on with that. I go to the judge. The judge is a sweet lady. Who kind of laughs at me. She kind of like hears my story. I tell her what's going on. She hears the report from the bodega, and she kind of laughs. She thinks it's really funny. And I'm hoping she'll be lenient and let me off. But there's like these fucking like shoplifting laws. They're like fucking required sentencing, required some sort of thing. And so she's like telling me a story. She's like, yeah, it's kind of like you like took a grape to test the grape bunch in a supermarket and you ended up in jail. And I'm like, yeah, that's a bad thing. I remember that example. I remember that example. and she's like, well, there's not much I can do. Like I can't let you off. But given your circumstances and that you're here for a school trip and blah, 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 I end up getting like an absolutely ludicrous amount. I think like 400. I mean, I'm not kidding. Maybe I'm over remembering it, but hundreds of hours of community service. Like legit a lot of community service. Maybe not 400. Maybe I think it's probably like 200, but like a ridiculous amount of community service. All right. Which is no, I think it was like 200. I think I did 400 because it was for IB. I think I ended up having to do like 400, but whatever. All right, so 200 hours for a sip of water, ridiculous. Okay, and that's why I'm a streamer. This is my community service. Yeah, I'm still serving it to this day. I have to make fucking Zoomers smarter, she said, and it's an impossible task. So I'm just stuck doing this for the rest of the time. No. So I get back to school in Arizona, and I am bound by the laws of Georgia to serve this community service. It's like been passed over to Arizona. And I think it's because if I did all the community service, I would get this treated as a minor. I was like 17 and a half, so like it was either be treated as an adult and like it's permanent, or do the community service and like get treated as a minor. I think that was the options actually. My dad helped a lot, so I remember I was being freaked. So I'm in Arizona, and I have to do this community service, and I get home to school, and I find out that my school also has a zero tolerance policy on anything related to crime. So to punish me for having done any crime in anywhere in the world, my school suspends me. So I get back, I've been stripped of my presidency, and I get suspended. By the way, my mom is just, you might as well just deal drugs at this point. You might as well, like, your life's over. Forget about college. My mom's like just freaking out. So I'm suspended, and I'm just stressed, boys. I'm just stressed, and I'm sad, and everyone at school notices. It's not like it's a secret. The rumor gets out quick. Like, obviously, they kept it kind of low-key at FBLA. Like, no one talked about it. But when I'm suspended, it's the topic. All right? So everyone's talking about it. My teachers know about it. Everyone knows. It's only for 3 days, but it's like a fucking... So I show back up after 3 days, and I remember even a teacher was making fun of me. Like, my English teacher's like, "What'd you do?" in front of the whole class. I'm like, nothing. No, nothing. It ended up being funny and kind of cool later. It became a kind of a badass story down the road. But as it was happening, it was the most embarrassing thing in the world. So I was suspended, and I had to go work at this. It was like a Goodwill. I had to work at a Goodwill after for a summer, all summer, basically all summer is what I did For all summer, I worked at a Goodwill, and I would have to steam the clothes and work the register. That's what I did. Without pay. No pay, yeah. It was basically a summer job without pay. That's what I did. And I just remember thinking, wow, this sucks. I really, really regret everything that put me here. This is the worst. I really am not having fun. There was no phone. I couldn't have a phone. I remember I would sneak a book in. I would sneak a book in, like in the back of my jacket or in my pants, like I'm in prison, and I would hide the book in the clothes, and then I would try to read it while I was steaming the clothes. I was like sneaking reading in. That's my fondest memory. So I did that. It all ends. It's all over. I don't get to go back to FBLA. But but it does not go on my record. And so when I go to apply for colleges, the only thing that happened was I remember I was applying for Duke University because while my college grades were terrible, my high school grades were pretty good, and I did really good on the SAT. I got a perfect score on reading, just straight up. I'm terrible at math, but I got a perfect score on reading, so I got a good and writing. I did good on reading and writing, so I did pretty good, right? So I was like, all right, I can go for some schools. And I got in some good. I got in Georgetown. I got in some good schools, but I didn't have the money for it. But I needed scholarships, and I didn't get those. So I'm in this interview for Duke, and a Duke alumni came to the school to interview me, and he was like, he knew his shit. Like he looked at my transcript or whatever, and he's like, all right. So I got a weird question for you. It says here, you were president of FBLA in your junior year, but you didn't do it at all in your senior year. Why is that? That's odd. I was like, damn, he's a sharp one. He really looked really closely at those dates, huh? And now, I am not going to tell the truth, obviously. Obviously, I'm not going to tell the truth. Obviously, because it's a death sentence. It would be an instant no. So, but I didn't have a story prepared. I wish I had a story prepared. So on the fly, I'm like, oh, senior year? FBLA, you said? Which one you're asking about? FBLA, senior? Oh, bro, let me tell you. It's actually, I have a great answer for that. So it all started with my brother. And you have to know my brother's, he's a handful. He's a handful, sir. And I made up this whole story about my brother is like, he has to get home quickly after school because he's got this program, and I had to drive him. And so, like, I had to quit FBLA because I'm making this up on the fly. I'm just pulling it out of my ass. None of it's true. At the end of it, and by the way, he could tell. At the time, I was like, oh, yeah, I got away with that. Not, knowing what I know now as an adult, as a person who sees people lie when I, do interviews, he could tell. It's obvious. He could tell that, obviously, I wasn't being 100% truthful. But at the end of it, he goes, uh-huh. Okay. And then he moved on to other questions. I did not get accepted to Duke. I'll tell you that. I didn't get accepted to Duke. So. But I remember thinking I had gotten away with it. That's the and then after that, it never really affected me. It never, that was the last major affect. Then I went to college and it was all fine, and my life did not end up being terrible. I had a great time, and I got a job, and it worked out all right. So it wasn't the end of my world, but it was at the time a real foundation cracker. Would I do it again? That sip of water was refreshing. Uh, but probably not. Probably not. Although I will say, okay, here's the deal. So because I was no longer in FBLA my senior year, I no longer had an after-school club that I was really into. I got really into esports. Like I wasn't just into it. Now I tripled down. And I think because of that, I got enough into it to start writing about esports. Like I didn't just watch it, I started writing about it. And that led to me getting a job at Team Liquid doing writing, which led to other stuff down the road, which led to Twitch. So really, if I had taken that sip of water, I may not got hired at Twitch. So you never know. It is ironic that that sip of water got me hired at Team Liquid. but there you go. It worked out. But that's the story. That's the Atlanta story. That's why I was reminded of it by the Coca-Cola thing. That's not my only time I've committed dangerous or illegal acts for esports. Okay. I have another story I'm not going to tell today where I broke into and out of a military base to watch esports. But we'll tell that another day. That's a different story. That's a different story, but I'll tell it a different day. Let's just say I'm dedicated to the game. All right? I came to play. It's ironic you got kicked out of a business club for committing a crime. Yeah, I mean, not a high school business club. I think they don't want to promote any kind of crime. Your job, though, aren't you scared of them firing you for what I did when I was 17 as a minor? Expunged from my criminal record? No, I'm not scared of them firing me for taking a sip of water. The military base, though, who knows? Oh, man. This looks really good. Dinner. Break time, chat. Dinner time, break time. No stories while I'm telling dinner. You guys tell me a story. What's going on with you? Damn, that's good. What college did you get into? Man, got into all the Arizona schools, Georgetown. I think Georgetown was the best school, like the highest. I didn't apply to like any Ivies or anything. So Duke and Georgetown were the biggest schools I applied to. I forget everything I applied to, but ASU was the only one to offer me like a scholarship, and it was because of my PSAT scores. Even though my SAT was, I think, pretty goated, for some reason they had like an Arizona in-state PSAT program. Yeah, national merit. Maybe that was it. Yeah, it was national merit. So I got national merit, and they paid for like a good chunk of my schooling, which was, you'd think, good, but because I was stupid, I was like, well, I'm still going to take out a gigantic loan anyway because I want to live large. And I regretted that for the next fucking 10 years after graduating. It was really stupid. I took out a fat loan, bro. It was so stupid. And I just spent it on like fucking Chipotle and Jimmy John's and living off campus and League of Legends skins, dude. I swear to God, I wasted it. It was the stupidest. Student loans are never, ever. They prey on the stupidity of youth. I also was at danger of losing that scholarship many times because my grades were not that good. So I guess the loans gave me a backup. Anyway, yeah, so I went to ASU. I went to ASU because they gave me the scholarship, and also, if you guys know my life, I mean, I grew up in a military family, so we moved every year or two. Like 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, we're all different schools. Okay? So like when I finally made some friends in Arizona for junior, senior year, I was like, I don't want to leave. I want to keep some friends, bro. I hate moving. So staying in ASU was fun because I got to keep some friends. And I had a great time. I don't regret ASU at all. It's the Harvard of the Southwest. I've been teaching myself how to edit videos, and I enjoy it. I took to heart what you said about how learning shit makes you feel good. Amen, brother. Good for you. Good luck and Godspeed. Yeah, swear to God. Learning a skill, getting better at something, it's the best way to give yourself some kind of center. It's the best way to reduce anxiety, I think. I legit think so. Man, this is good. One second, I need water.
What a life, what a night, what a beautiful, beautiful ride. Don't know where I'm in 5, but I'm young and alive. Fuck what they are saying, what a life. I am so thrilled right now, cause I'm popping right now. Don't wanna worry about a thing, but it makes me terrified to be on the other side. How long before
I go insane?
I am so thrilled right now, cause I'm popping right now. Don't wanna worry about a thing, but it makes me terrified to be on the other side. How long before I go insane? What a life, what a night, what a beautiful, beautiful ride. Don't know where I'm in 5, but I'm young and alive. Fuck what they are saying, what a life. It's okay, it's okay. We living this way. Don't know where I'm in 5, but I'm young and alive. Fuck what they are saying, what a life.
Was your dad an officer? Yeah, he was. A funny story is my dad was the commander of the 606th Air Control Squadron in Germany at Geilenkirchen Air Force Base. And he was a bit of a hard ass. Now you can find some of this. I've already told, what video is it? It's like the As Per My Last Email video. You can hear me about Saving Private Ryan, where my dad goes apeshit on a guy when I'm watching. I'm not gonna, yeah. That's a great video. But the story is, my dad was the commander of this base, and while he was the commander, there was a young airman named Jordan Taylor who had been shipped off to Germany and hated it. And years later, he would get hired at Twitch as a community manager. His name was Soma. And we became friends. And he's like, yeah, I'm ex-military. And I'm like, oh, really? What branch? He's like, Air Force. And I'm like, oh, really? You know, my dad was Air Force. I was in Germany. He's like, oh, I was in Germany too. And then I find out he's like, yo, your dad was Commander Ewing. I fucking hated that guy. Like, what a fucking small world, bro. We're super tight. I love Jordan. I'm quitting my job of 8 years and have enough saved up where I don't have to work for a year. What would you do with a year of free time? Bro, you don't want to do what I would do. Play Hitman for fucking 12 hours a day, probably. I'm bad with free time. The more free time I have, the more degenerate I become. You should do something like travel, or you should like invest in relationships. I swear to God, there's no better return on your money than spending it on friendships and family. And I know that sounds fucking cheesy, but legit, for terms of, it's selfish. Literally for selfish reasons. You just feel better. You literally just feel better. You feel more like fucking dope. If all your shit's taken care of. And I mean, you should probably spend part of that year lining up your next job so you're not stressing at the end of it. But or figuring out what you want to do next. That's what you should do first. But sounds fun, man. A year off is dope. Enjoy it. Ow, fuck. I'm sorry to hear that, Ignite. I'm glad you like the content. Very sorry to hear that. It's happened to me as well. It's very painful. When I was 12, I was home alone eating Cheez-Its, and I spilled them on the floor. I had braces at the time. I don't know what came over me, but I decided to eat them off the carpet. My braces got tangled in the carpet, and I was stuck like that for 2 hours until my parents got home. That's fucking funny. That's the most embarrassing shit. God, you gotta feel stupid when they get... Oh. I got a kind of a similar story where, so I visited my parents in Germany. This is my freshman year of college. I fly from ASU, Arizona, hottest place on earth, to Germany in the winter, one of the coldest places. And I'm visiting my parents, and it's just snowing every day, and it's really cold. And Germany's fun, but I'm like, man, kind of miss the weather back in AZ. You know, whatever. And my dad's still working, so he's going to the office every day, and my mom was working. She would go on the base a lot. And I was just degenning. They had pretty good internet in Germany, and I was just playing League of Legends and chilling and, you know, just vibing. It's what we do when you're home for summer, right? I was vibing at home, just on German time. And one day, my mom's like, all right, I'm going to go into town for the day. So I'll be gone. Be sure to let the dog out. There's food in the kitchen. You know, whatever. Take it easy. I'm like, yeah, Mom, all good. And I crank up the Fall Out Boy or whatever I was listening to. Probably this song.
Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a gentleman. Maybe he won't find out what I know. You were the last good thing
About this part of town. So I cranked that song up. The reason I know the band will come into play later. And she leaves. And literally, I'm talking about like fucking 5 minutes after she leaves. 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take the dog out. Knock it out. It's cold. I don't want to do it later. I'm going to take the dog out. And I'm wearing nothing but pajamas. I'm like wearing like thin pajama pants, a thin white t-shirt, and socks. That's it. That's all I'm wearing. And it's freezing outside. It's snowing. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to let the dog out. And so I pop open the door and I get the leash and I just walk out. I'm standing on the porch, basically, just like letting the dog pee. It's cold. I just want to be inside. And then I hear the door click behind me. Click. It's a big, heavy-ass door. And I realize that I am now locked out. I'm locked out of the house. And I didn't bring my cell phone. Not that it would have worked anyway because it was Arizona cell phone in Germany, and I don't have a global plan. But I don't have my cell phone. And my mom just left. It's not like, what temp are we talking? I mean, it's literally, snow is pouring down. It is actively snowing. It's very cold. The snow is piling up. The snow got high. So I'm like, okay, let's not panic yet. I'm sure I can get in the back. Because the porch is kind of overhanged. All right? There's a little bit of an overhang. So the snow's not, like right in front of the door, the snow's not hitting. So I'm like, all right, I'm fine right here. I'll just go around back and I'll get in. So I'm trudging through the snow. I try to make a bridge. You know how like you can, if you have two boulders, two big rocks, you can throw a rock, jump on a rock, grab the rock behind you, and then throw it in front of you. And in that way, I never have to step in the snow. It's kind of like a genius plan, right? Well, it's not that genius because it didn't work at all, and I got super, super soaked. I just kept slipping on the rock, and also picking up the rock made me colder, and it took way longer than just walking. And the whole point is, I ended up just fucking covered in snow. I thought it was a genius. It didn't work at all. I ended up covered in snow, and my socks get soaking wet. And I get to the back of the house, and there is no way in. There's no way in. The windows are thick. I thought about breaking a window. My dad would be super furious. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to break a window. So I go back to the front, and now I'm soaking wet, and which makes you way colder. Way fucking colder. But through the window, the window up there that's like cracked open at the top, I can hear Fall Out Boy playing because I left my music on the speakers loud and on repeat, on like loop. So I basically just sat at the front of my house and listened to a distant Fall Out Boy while freezing. I took the socks off. I tucked my legs into my thing. And my dog is very fluffy. I wonder if I have a picture of my old dog. Very cute dog. His name was Patton, after the general. General Patton. We'd call him the general sometimes. Let's see if I can find. Maybe we'll find this one. I don't want to waste too much time on it. But anyway, my dog, who usually loves being outside, is like, this is fucking cold, bro. My dog just looks at me like, why are we not, like, he's scratching the door. He's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, my dog is like, not, like, he wants to go back inside now. And for some reason, the human is not letting him. The human is just sitting in front of the door. But my dog, if I can just find this dog, it would help you. Oh, here he is. Oh, perfect. Look at this cute dog. Just this ball of fluff with young Troc. And he's just like, all right, let's go. Let's get back in. Very fluff. All right. So this dog just gets on, like, I'm sitting like this, like exactly like I'm sitting here, but it's not a warm sunny day. It's frigid. And my feet are tucked into my legs and the dog is on my lap. And I'm just sitting there trying to get warm, like trying to warm each other up. And we did that all day. My mom was gone all day. My dad was gone all day. It was a full work day. It was just 8 hours. I just spent sitting at the, the day off I was so excited for, to just grind games. I just sat in the cold all day. Freezing cold. By the way, all the neighbors, so it wasn't close. Like, the neighbors were kind of far. The houses were kind of spread. Our house was kind of like up a hill. And it was a ton of snow, and the neighbors all spoke nothing but German. Like, they were just old German people. So, like, even if I could make it there, what was I going to, I didn't want to go walk in that snow in my socks. So I just sat there with did I die? Yeah, I died, and that's why I'm the ghost today. How about 911? It was Germany, bro. I also don't have a phone. I was just expecting my mom to get home. I didn't know how long she was going to be gone. So every time I was like, maybe I should go. Like, this is terrible. Maybe I should go. I was like, wait, she'll be home soon. And the town, it was a German village they lived in. They didn't live on base for this one. There was a big clock, like a clock tower. And so I could, every time the clock would strike, it would go bong, bong. And I would be like, another hour. Please, this is the hour. She's going to be here now. And then it would go again. Bong, bong, another hour. Please, 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 Mom, come home. Anyway, she came home. I was fucking freezing. Just, she laughed so hard when she got out of the car and just saw me sitting there looking absolutely miserable. And then I went in the house, and it was just terrible. It was one of my worst days. One of my worst days ever. What about the dog? The dog's furry. I mean, look. The dog's fine. He just was like pissed. He was like, why the fuck are we not going inside? This is so stupid. How's that food? It's amazing. I'm going to eat and we're going to finish this video. The video that started it all.
Demand and the idea of making the best pharmacy by Coca-Cola was first invented within an Atlanta-based pharmacy by Dr. John Pemberton in May 1886. Initially sold at local soda fountain counters, growing demand and the idea of making the beverage portable led to bottling the sparkling drink. In its first year, Pemberton sold just 9 glasses of Coca-Cola a day for 5 cents a glass. Since then, the company has expanded.
Omega low pour. 9 glasses in a year? Give it up, bro. This is not going to take off. This is a dead idea. For 5 cents, you couldn't sell more than 9?
Expanded ever so slightly. Currently, selling its products at an estimated rate of more than 1.9 billion servings a day. That's the equivalent, every day, to almost 1 in 4 people buying something from Coca-Cola.
That's crazy.
The Coca-Cola Company is one of the most recognized companies in the world, and it's certainly the world's biggest drink company. They control more than half the global market in carbonated soft drinks, as well as a substantial chunk of the somewhat larger non-carbonated segment. It owns 4 of the world's 5 biggest selling soft drinks, with Coca-Cola being the world's best known and most valuable non-technology brand.
3 of the world's best. Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper. Diet Coke, Coke, Pepsi. Oh, I gotta get it. Man, Mountain Dew's top 5, dead or alive? That's impressive. That's impressive. And Dr. Pepper's top 5, dead or alive? That's also impressive. I wouldn't have guessed this. If I had to guess top 5 sodas, I would have guessed Sprite was in there.
Drinks, with Coca-Cola being the world's best known and most valuable non-technology brand. Within its portfolio, the company holds more than 500 brands including Fanta, Sprite, and Relentless. Within these, they produce over 3,500 varied products, spanning from sodas to bottled water to iced teas and coffees. Despite an estimated 94% of the world's population recognizing the red and white Coca-Cola logo, nearly 10% of their revenue, $41 billion, was spent on advertising and marketing campaigns last year. This astronomical $4 billion was spent on a diverse range of campaigns.
That's fucking crazy. Just to be clear, I know these numbers can seem whatever. That is an absolutely absurd marketing budget. Not only just the actual numbers large, but 10% of your revenue on marketing is fucking crazy. Most companies do not do that. Almost all companies don't do that. That is basically saying that you are a marketing company. who happens to make soft drinks. That's huge. That's a huge reinvestment into marketing.
Tactics across multiple geographic regions. As with many things in the world, ironically, the companies that are the most well recognized possessed the highest budget for their advertising and public image. Luckily, this hefty budget allows Coke to experiment and get creative with their marketing, providing the opportunity to remind us why they're as successful as they are. Now, what is the Coca-Cola brand built upon? Well, it's this secret: training our brains to associate the brand with a good feeling, be that happiness, relaxation,
True.
friends, love, anything, rather than the soda itself that makes them good at what they do.
They never
Now,
talk
we're
about
going
the
to go through
soda.
examples here. First of all, let's have a look at the 2015 Christmas advert. For many, the arrival of the iconic "Holidays Are Coming" Coca-Cola truck, it's a highlight of the period, building excitement for Christmas. The ad might be 21 years old, but interest in it shows little sign of diminishing as it brings out everyone's nostalgic side. The focus of last year's A Coke for Christmas ad follows a young boy who aims to spread the joy through giving Coca-Cola to those who are making Christmas a reality, including a dad, a shop assistant, and Santa Claus himself. Now, the important aspects of the advert is that it targets the whole family. The ability to provide the experience for the entire family is essential. The commercial itself closely follows Coke's primary
What a marketer's
The
dream.
entire family is essential.
Santa just guzzling a Coke logo out, bro. Oh. Yes. That is the least subtle use of Santa.
The commercial itself closely follows Coke's primary principles in their advertising. Rather than attempting to sell a drink, Coke focuses on selling an abstract positive concept, such as happiness, family, and sharing. As we can see, Coke have become experts at selling these non-concrete conceptions. This year's video, like many before it, remains true to their core values that they use in their marketing campaigns year-round. Along with this, Coke modified their traditional formula for advertising, adopting a more multi-channel approach. Traditionally, video, print, and physical advertising were the focal point of Coke's festive commercials. However, this year saw the addition of Coke TV and social media via hashtags and a Coke emoji. This was an attempt to broaden their influential radius.
Yeah, I mean, every brand is trying to figure out how to adapt to influencers and social, specifically. Because they're getting extremely important. They are extremely important in reaching a large amount of people who can't be reached as well through traditional channels. I mean, the average age of TV watchers is like 65 plus, all right? So commercials are just dying. Traditional TV ads are just a dying industry. So you have to figure out new ways to hit people. And banner ads on digital kind of are the lowest hanging fruit trash. So the ways people interact are through influencer content, through shows on YouTube and Twitch and things like that, and then social media.
Now, the next example we're going to look at is called Share a Can. Now, Coke's Share Happiness campaign has been one of the key pillars of their advertising machine. This involved multiple previous strategies, such as the Coke Hug Me machine and the hugely successful debranding tactic, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. However, the Coca-Cola Sharing Can may have successfully created the most literal rendition of sharing a Coke. The regular-looking can of Coke can be twisted to become 2 mini cans, allowing probably one of the easiest methods for sharing a Coke on the move. As part of the pilot project, Coke distributed its sharing can to thirsty Singaporeans and documented their surprised reactions. The documentary of this surprised happiness involved a team accompanying the distributors, following them to areas where they knew there would be heavy traffic, and filmed people's authentic reactions. This documentation provided Coke with video evidence of the purest possible form of happiness, showing how people would react and the kind of power it has. Now, finally, we got on to debranding. As mentioned earlier, arguably
This was insanely successful. I just know this before I even watched this part. I know that the thing where they put everyone's name on a bottle of Coke was like massive. Like it's hard to get, even small increases in percentage sales on something that's as broad as Coca-Cola. And they got like a big uptick.
The most successful share happiness campaign would be the debranding tactic. Marketing director Lucy Austin and her team within Coca-Cola's South Pacific branch were delivered a 151-word creative brief that gave them free rein to deliver a truly disruptive idea that would make headlines and capture the country's attention. The resulting campaign, known internally as Project Connect, based on its...
So for people who don't know, a creative brief is where... So big companies like Coca-Cola, they go to marketing agencies to actually do the work and come up with some of the ideas. They'll help, but in general, like the company themselves often isn't making the marketing. Okay? Some companies do, and it's more in-house now. Like NVIDIA's in-house. That's where I work. I work in-house in NVIDIA. But you'll go to a marketing agency. And so what you'll do, if you're like, let's say you're head of marketing at Coke, what you do is you write a brief. You write this one-page thing where it's like, this is what we want. We want you to make a campaign that does this, this, and this. Usually, you just ask for the moon, and then they have to figure it out because you have all the money. That's how it works. You're Coca-Cola, you have the huge budget. You just say like, hey, we want a great ad that does this and gets trending on social media and does this and, and all that. And then you send them what's called a creative brief. And then that company, the marketing agency, has to take your brief and try to come up with a plan. And then they pitch you on the plan. And if you like it, then they get the account and they get the money and then they have to go do the marketing. That's how the process works.
His attention. The resulting campaign, known internally as Project Connect, based on its ambition to both strengthen the brand's...
If you want to get into marketing, working in an agency is one of the best ways to learn because you'll work on a bunch of different brands. Like you might work on a soap company one day and a gaming company the other day, and like you'll get a lot of experience. But in-house pays better. If you actually make it to become like a marketing manager or higher at Coke or somewhere else, like working at the brand pays better, but agencies are a great way to learn. So it's a trade-off.
Bond with Australia's young adults and inspire shared moments of happiness with the real and virtual worlds, it became known as Share a Coke. The primary concept behind this was the swapping out of Coke branding on bottles and cans in favour of 150 of the most popular names in Australia, allowing Coke to reach 42% of the population.
It's crazy.
This campaign was released and almost immediately saw a positive reaction, with unaffiliated celebrities buying bottles and social media conversation and media...
Bro, it always feels good as a marketer when a celebrity buys your shit without getting paid and then posts it on social in some way. Like for NVIDIA, it would be like if you saw... like if Terry Crews built a PC, and he like put an NVIDIA GPU in it. Like it's not just free advertising. It's like it makes your brand look good. It's super authentic because they're not putting hashtag ad. It's not paid. Henry Cavill. Actually, it's a perfect example. Henry Cavill. Yeah, exactly. Henry Cavill literally did this. Henry Cavill built a PC and he put GeForce in it. And it was like a big trending thing. And like, we loved that at our office. That's the kind of thing. He was posing with his 3090. Yeah, exactly. That's an example. But like, it happens anytime. Like when celebrities talk about Twitch, when celebrities would start a Twitch stream when I worked at Twitch. Same thing. It's just like, oh shit, this is huge. Let's capitalize on it.
Media coverage blowing up as a result. Within that summer, Coke sold more than 250 million named bottles and cans in a nation of just under 23 million people.
Damn, that's too much Coke per person.
This overwhelming positive result led to the expansion of the campaign across the world, reaching more than 70 countries. As the campaign spread across the globe, over 17,000 names were used, including generic nicknames and titles such as Mom and Dad and Mate. These additional titles purposefully made the invitation more about giving a Coke to someone else rather than keeping it to yourself, and broadened the appeal and played to their core principles. The ability of such a revolutionary and notable campaign could be argued to rely solely on the ability to relate to the customer on the eye level. Lucy Austin suggests that the success derives from the use of our name, the most personal thing we possess. It's our fingerprint, our identity, in one word. It can't get much more personal than seeing our name, our own unique identifier, on a bottle of Coke. Their campaign capitalized on the global trend of self-expression and sharing, but it did so in an emotional way. Coke's advertising team have released its fair share of interesting campaigns, some with more success than others, but few could be called an outright disaster, with the possible exception of New Coke.
I hope he doesn't talk about it because I want to do a Marketing Monday on New Coke. There's a whole New Coke. There's a lot more to it than just it was a big flop.
The continued pursuit of alluring and revolutionary advertising tactics by Coke is sure to assist the sales of their products worldwide, and will not be likely to go anywhere anytime soon. As you can see, Coca-Cola have shown that by engaging with their customers and not just shouting from the rooftops about how great they are, they're able to grow year on year and build a brand loyalty and a brand awareness that you just don't see in many other sectors. And it's a lesson that a lot of companies could do with learning. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of what we do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Nice. Yeah, they're great at it. I mean, Coke's one of the originals of great brands. That being said, listen, there's only so much branding can do. The product is slipping. Soda sales are declining. They have to expand the other stuff, which they are doing, but as great as the brand is, it's been like 20 years of growth for soda. People are realizing how it's pretty fucking bad for you, and it's slowly starting to slip. Coke made Santa? I think that's actually a rumor. It's actually not true. Yeah, I remember I checked on this. The image of Santa Claus as a jolly large man in a red and white suit was the standard long before Coca-Cola co-opted it. False. Kind of cringe, Connor. No, they said so. Coke said they did? They certainly popularized it. Can't beat that. But like this stuff all predates it, right? So like he was still that dude. You should put people's names on 3090s. The problem, you understand the problem is not selling more 3090s. The problem is we need more of them to sell. It's not like we're sitting with a big pile of them like, fuck, how do we move these? What kind of gimmick can we use to sell? It's not where we're at in the life cycle. Did you read Phil Knight's book, Shoe Dog? I did. I did read Shoe Dog. It was pretty good. I liked it, actually. Nike, obviously. Nike, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Those were the big brands of the 90s and 2000s. Until technology companies came along. The biggest brands of today are like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix. Those are the most loved and biggest brands in the world right now. But outside of tech, it used to be. There's a theory sort of in marketing that the era of the brand is almost coming to an end, where there's only going to be a few super brands that we like, because the idea of a brand is just a synonym for trust, right? You grow an attachment with a brand, and then you trust that brand, and it helps you make a decision. The whole point of it exists because humans hate making decisions, and it stresses them out. And so you want it to be easier. So what do? You find a brand that you can trust, and you attach to them, and it saves you time. You don't like the idea of like having to do a ton of research. So if you just find a brand you trust, our minds like that. That's the whole core concept, really, right? But with tech, we're getting into an era where I don't need to trust a battery company. I don't need to trust Duracell. I just trust Amazon to deliver me in the first page of results the best battery. So now I only have, instead of like 50 brands for batteries and soap and toilet paper, I just trust Amazon. And then they pick the brands for me after that. And so it's a world where we're going to have like a few super brands that have kind of gobbled up all of the trust. And then they just dispense the trust out to the sub brands who can't really get their name out. It's sort of a theory of what's going on with the modern marketing. Hey, Atrioc, this is Matt Damon's burner Twitch. Please send me a 3090 for free advertisement. Thanks, Matt, for the 1 month sub. Just log on to your main account and I will definitely do it. If you just just actually DM me from your Twitter, Matt Damon, and I will absolutely send you a 3090. Real. Thanks. Awesome. Someone asked a good question. What happens to marketing under a monopoly? So if you're working for the monopoly, what happens is you get a nice fat budget and you get infinite creative freedom because it doesn't really matter. If you work at a monopoly, they just spend a good amount on marketing. They have a lot of budget and it doesn't matter. Think of an example. Think of everyone who works at like Xfinity or a Comcast marketing. Have you seen their ads? They're all dog shit, but they spend a lot of money every year. It doesn't do anything. No one likes them more. But they just get paid. They get paid. They spend more money. Literally, the marketing budget for like an Xfinity or Comcast is bigger than NVIDIA's by far. And they just spend the money on stupid ads and stupid things that don't do anything. Because they're a monopoly. They make money no matter what. The money's an infinite flow. And then they pay for awards. That's what happens when under a monopoly. Now, if you're on the other side of it, then marketing becomes very important because it's one of the few ways you can break a monopoly is with a really powerful brand. An example is, Spotify is really encroaching on the basically Apple and Google have a monopoly on what apps are popular on phones. And Apple Music should be beating Spotify. But it's not because Spotify has built an absolutely killer brand. By all business metrics, Apple Music should be beating Spotify because literally Spotify has to pay 30% of what it makes to Apple just for being on the iPhone. Apple Music has every advantage in the world. It's auto-featured in the iPhone, and it's still losing. It's really crazy. Thank you for the gifties. 5 gifties from Shawshank Sharma. Thank you. Youngest, thank you for the 1 month. Monster Trader for the Prime. Will Krantz, thank you for the Prime. Long Season, thank you for the Prime. Skrigman, thank you for the Prime. Caitlin, thank you for the 1 month. Not everyone has an iPhone and MacBook, but it's the same for Google, right? So Google has Google Play Music and things like that. Less established, obviously, but Spotify has to pay 30% of what it makes on Android to Google. Just for a company that has to pay a third of what it makes on either phone to two gigantic monopolies that are competing with them, they've managed to thrive only with an amazing brand. Yeah, YouTube Music. I'm sorry. YouTube Music now. YouTube Music. So what do I use Spotify. I use Spotify, bro. I love Spotify. Bigelow 7301. They don't pay that. Yes, they do pay that. Cato. Look at that, man. Spotify's basically in a fucking big legal battle with Apple trying to get out of this. Yeah, if you buy on a computer, you don't have to pay them. But people, the consumer doesn't care that Spotify gets the full amount. The consumer's not like, oh, I'm going to go subscribe on the computer. 95% of it happens on mobile. And so they just do it through the app and it goes to Apple or it goes to Google. Yo, Big A, how do I start a $1 billion company? Well, first of all, I see that you are a 3-month sub. Keep that up. That's going to help. That 3-month sub is a good first step. Make it out to the 6-month, the 9-month. Suddenly the $1 billion starts to become more actualized. Okay? What are some good marketing firms? 72 and Sunny is a good one. Ogilvy and Mather. Oh, just look up the big agencies. Big A, I got vaccinated recently. Been thinking of investing in an Xbox. Do you think that's a good idea? What does you being vaccinated have to do with the second part of the question? Buying an Xbox is not an investment. Your question makes no sense. And also, even assuming all of that made sense, no. Get a PlayStation, bro. Or a PC. I like my Xbox more than I like my PlayStation. Hashtag Pfizer gang. Thank you, Connor, for that. Save it for tweets, Connor. Save it for save it for the alt account, bro. Yeah. I want to do another talk about Xbox versus PlayStation, but the problem is I'm waiting for them to get stock back. There's no real point for me to talk about Xbox versus PlayStation while they're still both sold out. Okay? There's nothing new to say. Once they're back, I'm going to review all their new ads and like talk about who's selling better in what countries and all that. But until then, there's no point in talking about it. Is there a version of Sigma males for girls asking for a friend? Yeah, be a Sigma male. There's nothing more Sigma than not even being a male at all. That's the most Sigma male thing of all. You're like totally outside the paradigm. Big A, I have been vaccinated and all of a sudden I feel the need to go to China immediately. What do I do? Is this some kind of racist thing? What are you doing? I don't like it. I'm not 100% sure it was, but it feels off. If you would like to travel to China, feel free. Do you consider marketing agency as competitors? And do you consider, obviously, no company, unless you're a marketing agency, considers an agency as competitors. Agencies only compete with other agencies. NVIDIA considers like AMD and Intel their competitors. Although NVIDIA is now doing shit that like, NVIDIA is doing AI and self-driving and all sorts of shit that is sort of, they're broadening. It's not just gaming and GPUs. Just little old Atrioc just works on gaming, but there's a lot of cool stuff. You got a 100K YouTube sub special? I do. Hey, I'm really close to 100K on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, consider it. I have a good 100K video planned, but I can only get there if I, release it if I get there, We're just one sub away. Woo! Thank you for the 1 month tier 1. Mr. Mouse, thank you for the 8 months. 8 months of watching Atrioc, and now I'm opening my own business. Coincidence? Doubt it. What's the business? Congrats, but what's the business? Bo the Hobo, thank you for the 17 months. Wait, is that the record? Is Bo my oldest sub? 17 months? Who's got more than that? Bro, you know I've been streaming for less than a year. I started streaming of May of last year. We're at 11 months. So you did 6 months before before I even started streaming. Like you paid for months of no content. You say they're doing videos? Yeah, it's great. 17's crazy. You must have loved my Shardbound playing to 4 viewers on the weekend when I worked at Twitch. All right. That's nothing to a J Schlatt sub. Damn, we got Schlatt subs in here. Fucking, that is a rare emote, bro. Schlatt has like 1,500 subs. That's fucking crazy. Just for the emotes, no content, never goes live. You know what? It actually, that's not the least crazy. Like, Ludwig has 250,000 subs, right? That's not the least crazy thing. People give money to millionaires all the time. That's like, it's not rare. Now that I think about it, it's like only fucking 1 prime. It's like, it's not that crazy. Would you rather Atrioc August or Atrioc October? Both. Both. Clint's figured it out, dude. That's my goal, is to become as likable as Clint Stevens so that I can do what Clint does. And then get the viewers and the subs, but never have to stream and take a lot of time off. Atrioc, why is ESPN dying? ESPN's not dying. It's not in hyper growth mode right now. I mean, listen, sports have all been kind of whack and shut down in the COVID era. So their biggest source of revenue sucks. They're kind of trying to figure out online, but not doing a great job at it. Online is like a massive change in how people watch sports. So they need to get better at that. And then they really fumbled the bag on esports. They didn't get it. They did a bad job. So, but they're doing fine. Ah, my nose is all stuffed. Why do people not like me, Atrioc? Smartax, it's probably because you're only a 2-month sub. If I saw someone who was only 2 months, I wouldn't trust them. But maybe if you're like a 3, 4, 5-month sub, I feel like that's. It's just, it's not like they don't trust you. It's just like they don't trust you. Like, if I see a 6-month sub, I know that you're instantly trusted. Like, you can go to school and be like, oh, I'm a 6-month Atrioc sub, and they'll be like, oh shit, for real? That's fucking sick. I like you instantly. That's what they'll say. So that's probably my best advice I can give you. If people don't like you in high school, you can sort of say, fuck it, we ball, I'm going to keep doing me. If people don't like you in the real world, you should probably think about things you could change. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's like, because in high school, you're forced into certain group, like you have to be friends with your classmates or whatever. Maybe you have certain interests, maybe you just through ruck of the chance, you didn't get a good group. You don't jive with them. And usually when you go out into college or real life, you find, maybe you start going to Melee tournaments or whatever. You find your interest and find friends through that. If you're doing that and still nobody likes you, then you should think about what you could change. Like what are some habits you might have that make you difficult? That's my advice. So if you're young, don't worry too much about it because shit, it's kind of happenstance. Stop shaking. I know. My leg goes on the desk and then it. Can someone make a compilation of Big A drinking from his fat straw? I would watch. Please don't do that. You should fix the camera mount, Atrioc. Yeah, I'll do that right after I do sub alerts and channel point rewards. So any day now. Any day now, I'll do channel point rewards and then I'll fix the camera mount. So I can't wait. Probably tomorrow. You drink XQC's G Fuel? Is that Miz? Donald Wald. Sorry, Donald Wald. Miz, I'm busy, all right? It's like, come on, bro. You're always messaging me. I know Slick likes me. I showed my DMs. This is my fucking DMs to Slick. Slick is way... People know Slick way more than me, and he opened with this. And I didn't answer for a month. I didn't even see his fucking shit. But luckily we played that league game together. But what I was saying was, so I the second I followed him, which was yesterday, I fucking get this on my phone. The first fucking tweet I get on my phone this morning is this from Slick. And it's like, wow, I made the fucking biggest mistake of my life. Why the fuck did I get into this fucking Ms. Kiff Slick world? I don't belong here. I'm an NVIDIA employee. I'm out of my element. I'm out of my depth. These guys are in a whole different world from me. By the way, this has 200 more likes than when I showed at the beginning of stream. So you guys are, man, I'm so sorry. Brand risk? No, I'm the brand risk, cause I'm the boring one. They can't. I'm toxic. They'll get me in their brand and they'll lose all their charm. Do you remember when we stick those in our ass, though? I mean, of course I remember it, Ms. Kiff. Who doesn't? It's just you don't need to tweet it. It's like one of those things. If you know, you know. It's like everyone can relate. It's like, oh, you guys remember drinking Capri Suns, in school? Yeah, everyone gets it. Don't tweet it. It's not a good tweet. It's too obvious. Atrioc, my mom walked in and installed that. Tell her it was marketing. Tell her you're learning about marketing. Damn, I kind of want to if you know emote. Because I say it so much now. Avengers is simple, bro. If you know, you know. Crispy Mon, thank you for the 5 months. I'm a 5-monther. You can trust me with your firstborns. Connor, what have you been playing lately? What's the... I need something I can yoink. You played the Mario FPS, I yoinked that. Yoinked and scroinked it. Barely anything. Waiting for my new computer. What GPU did you go with, Connor? In your brand new computer, what GPU? Just a simple question. $3090, baby. King. King, 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 king. Oh my God. Poggies. Drakes. Claps. That's a power. That's a beast of a card there, Connor. It's going to impress a lot of fellas. $3090? I can't wait to use NVENC encoding. You know, I think that... Nah, I shouldn't talk about this too much. This is too much inside baseball. I just think NVENC has actually been a better selling point than people think. You know why? Because it makes it legit works. It makes streamers buy it. Like streamers who probably don't care, don't have any brand loyalty, buy the NVIDIA one because it's literally better for streaming because of NVIDIA encoding, NVENC. And then when streamers buy it, their fans buy whatever they buy. That's my theory. But internally, I'm always like, dude, I think this NVENC though is actually pretty pog. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't have a second video for Get Smarter Mondays. I had the one. I had the Coca-Cola one. And so I'm sort of, I don't know if it's become apparent. I've told stories and I've talked to chat and I've thanked subs. But at this point, I've got to fess up. You know, you guys weren't catching on, so I had to fess up. I don't have a second video. There's not a back pocket that I'm going to pull into and reach out a second video. So I'm sort of vibing with you, vibing in the Ritz car, so to speak. I could check Discord. I could play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Call myself Young Connor. You know, try to... I could... That's what we'll do. Wait, let's pull a Ludwig, right? Let's just yoink other people's content legit straight up from Twitch. Oh, I want to see what Connor thinks of the Space Jam trailer because I was gonna make a video on
What the fuck is this Soldier tweet? This is not true. Simply's been on Twitch for 3 years. That's a lie. Simply's been on Twitch for a long time. That's just not true.
If you love Connor Eats Pants, you'll love Connor Eats Pants Live.
Remember to subscribe for free.
My stream.
Bro, I need that. I need that intro. Scuffed mic was better.
Streamer is going to heaven. Thank you. Every time you talk a bit louder, I feel my eardrums burst. Let's just put it up here so it's consistent.
The mic is fucking scuffed.
Always from now on. Now it's consistently. This song does kind of slap though. I can't lie.
Hey Connor, have you seen the Space Jam 2 trailer yet?
I saw part of it.
Tom Cheadle is pretty funny.
Let's watch it. I saw part of it. I saw a clip of it, and I was like, "That's not Space Jam."
You include this in the video?
That's Ready Player Space Jam. Let's see. We'll watch.
Basketball campus next weekend.
9 months.
You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
Dude, I'm such a Michael Jordan fan. I just wish they had Michael Jordan in this again. Listen, I don't dislike LeBron, but I would have rather they just brought back.
Connor hates LeBron, confirmed. Hey, what do you guys think the odds are of Jordan making a cameo? $100% or 0? MJ hates LeBron. I can't tell. Yeah, it's kind of like The Rock and Vin Diesel, right? They hate each other, but they did Fast and the Furious. I'm wondering. They would have advertised it? Yeah, but it's one of those things where if they don't advertise it, then it happens day one. It becomes a big viral moment. Marketing tactic. If they advertise it, it's just whatever. People will know about it at that time. But if you make it a surprise in theaters, everyone tells their friends, and it's got word of mouth marketing. I think if they're smart, they'd find a way to get him, but I don't know if he'd do it.
Michael Jordan.
You never let me do what I want to do. You never let me just do me.
I don't like that the fucking plot of this movie revolves around LeBron's whiny kid. I'm sure you can do you. You're fucking LeBron James's son. Your shit's not that. It can't be that hard.
What the? Let me do me, Dad. I want to hear the Space Jam remix. This trailer's terrible. Why? You know, this is what pisses me off. Is YouTube just promotes all these terrible trailer re-uploads, and then I can never find the original. It doesn't have as much shitty compression. Jesus. Okay, here we go. HBO Max is upload. I mean, God.
Bro, you literally cut nothing from these videos. You cut the in between. The fucking when you're finding the other video, you just keep that all in.
That looked terrible.
This shit's a VOD upload.
Wait, was that Game of Thrones? Wait, what? Oh no.
That's what I had the same reaction.
Dude.
I think it's so
funny.
funny.
It really is gonna be like Ready Player One, but Space Jam. It's like, look at all the properties that we own at Warner Brothers. People didn't like Ready Player One very much, so we'll just do it in Space Jam.
Oh, is there a copyright claim?
And there's Don Cheadle. The serververse. Oh my god. That's a cute little guy. They can sell toys at
Do
him.
you think they're gonna try and make the serververse into a fucking thing? Like the Avengers expanded universe? I hope not. It's so terrible.
Him? Oh, he's in a cartoon.
I'm a cartoon?
He said the thing.
Damn, I feel like I copied Connor's reaction 1-to-1. I said almost all these same things, bro.
Superman, what the fuck? Superman, Gandalf, King Kong, Iron Giant. Oh my god. I need to assemble an elite team, specifically all owned by Warner Brothers. Was that the mystery machine? Oh, okay, it is Ready Player One. I have sensory overload. I can't tell what's happening on the screen. There's so much on the screen.
Yeah.
The FX looks good. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay, effects can look good, but it can still be very, what's the word, muddied. Very muddied. There's too much going on. To the point where it's not even a movie. It's like you're watching a video game cutscene.
I just saw Tommy in it in the trailer.
Yeah?
Wow, boomer. Boomer. Sorry, Grandpa, you don't like the fucking cutting edge visual fidelity. Sorry. Okay, my favorite scene is in Iron Man 3 when he's fighting all the suits at once. That's such a cool scene. Because what I hate are any kind of emotional stakes or any chance the hero could lose. What I love is a bunch of shit exploding and flying around for 45 minutes. That shit is fucking on. That's exactly what I want. I stood up and clapped in the theater when I watched Iron Man 3. I was like, yes! This is what I want. Iron Man fighting other Iron Man suits. Nonstop, over and over, exploding for 45 minutes. And I was like, fuck yes, dude. They had to drag me out of the theater because I wouldn't stop just shouting with joy. Another one is like at the end of Avengers when they fight aliens in New York for an hour and a half. The first half of Avengers is so lame because it's all about like character and plot and funny moments. And so I was like, why do people like this movie? I was like, this fucking sucks. And then we got to the last half and I was like, yes, finally I can watch heroes fight nameless CGI aliens for 45 minutes with no chance of losing. And that was the king. I mean, that was the best. I lost my mind, dude. I was like, they know how to make a film. You the guy to hate Godzilla? I do hate Godzilla. Yeah, bro. That's the point I'm making. It's boring. People always make the fucking the argument they always go to is like, bro, it's not trying to be Citizen Kane. Like I'm looking for fucking Citizen Kane. I didn't walk into Transformers Revenge of the Fallen thinking this better be Citizen fucking Kane. I just want a movie where I give a shit about the characters before they fight. It's not just a CGI fucking bukkake. By the way, Connor literally predicted the movie I was going to mention. I literally predicted it as I was saying it. Yeah. Revenge of the fucking Fall. I hate being called a snob for not liking some of these dog shit movies. And they are dog shit. Did you like Civil War? Yeah, Civil War's great. I like plenty of Marvel movies, bro. Again, like I'm watching Iron Man 3. He's got the alcoholism. Shit's going on. I'm like, oh, I'm getting into it. And then the last 45 minutes is like, oh, fuck, how do we end this movie? Let's have him fight every Iron Man suit ever. And no one in the audience is like, oh, maybe one of those suits will kill Tony. This is a real fight. No, it's like, we know he's going to win. It's just CGI jerking off. Do you like The Mummy? I like the first Mummy with Brendan Fraser. I love that movie. Like Civil War is good because you don't know who's going to win. That's when a fight is good. I don't care that it's CGI. I care that like it's so predictable and boring. That's what I hate. When they make it boring. Winter Soldier's amazing. Yeah, of course. Iron Man 1's great. The Matrix, yeah, obviously. It's not about knowing who's going to win, because you know in Iron Man 1 that Tony Stark is not going to lose, right? You know in your heart. But it's more like he has a motivation for fighting this bad guy. The bad guy has some depth. They have a backstory. What I hate is when you fight like nameless CGI aliens or robots and they just keeps dragging on and on and on. I don't give a shit. Like there's got to be something there. Dark Knight is good. Exactly. Like I didn't go into Dark Knight thinking the Joker was going to win and kill Batman. But they make it unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a dope movie. And it's like, it's obvious if you've seen, I just don't know how someone can watch Dark Knight or watch like a good movie in superheroes and then be like, yeah, but I also loved some of these absolute trash tier ones. And they're just like, yeah, it's all good. I respect it, but I disagree. I actually am impressed by your ability to just love shit. It's awesome. A person is opposite of Stans. Stans hates every movie. There's not a movie that Stans likes except for American Pie. That's it. Bro, the fact that Stan... I've seen so many movies with Stans because me and him... me and Ari used to double date with him and Rochelle when we both lived in SF. We'd see movies all the time. And no matter... It could be the fucking best movie. I could come out of it like crying. Like, I remember I saw Hell or High Water. That's the first time I really noticed it. Was like... We saw Hell or High Water, which if you haven't seen is a fucking amazing movie. And I was like tearing up. I was like, this movie's fucking awesome. And I got out of it and I was like, man, I love that movie. And he was like, yeah, 4 out of 10. And I was like, Stans, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Get out of my face. 4 out of 10. But it's like, it's not just like that movie didn't hit with him. It's no movie. No movie he likes. Knives Out, he said, was trash. Parasite. He didn't like Parasite. What movie you like? He liked Whiplash because the main character reminded him of himself. He likes himself. And he liked American Pie because the guy fucks a pie. Those are the 2 movies I've seen Stans like. Because Stans is a nerdy white kid that used to drum. It looks like the kid from... He used to have a fro, too, like the kid from Whiplash. Whiplash is a great film, don't get me wrong. But the reason Stans liked it is because it reminded him of himself. Social Network's good. A lot of good movies. A lot of good movies. Constantine, he's a crier. I'm a crier too. Although last time I cried was fucking Hamilton. I don't know if that's normal. I watched Hamilton on Disney Plus, and when they did the last fucking song, "It's Quiet Uptown," I was just fucking crying, bro. I was like, it is quiet uptown, Alexander. It is. Fucking, it's not fair. It hit me fucking hard, dude. I remember it distinctly because I was watching it with Ari, and her head was like right here. Like Ari's head was on my chest watching the movie, and I was trying not to cry because I didn't want her to notice. So I was like, just like, but I also, my arm was kind of covered, and I was like trying to get rid of it. That shit hit like a truck. It just made it worse. Who's your favorite actor, actress? I was a big Ryan Gosling fan for a while. I forgot. Oh, man. I saw Fracture. When I was young, I saw Fracture and thought, Ryan Gosling's fucking dope. And then on Drive, obviously. But I liked him before that. La La Land. Before that. What? I liked him before any of that stuff. So I'm trying to think of what. I never saw. What's funny is I never even saw The Notebook, which is what like got him famous, right? I think I just really liked Fracture. I liked Fracture. I liked Blue Valentine. I liked Drive, Crazy Stupid Love, Ides of March. Yeah, I liked all that stuff. Oh, Murder by Numbers. If you guys haven't seen Murder by Numbers, it's like one of Ryan Gosling's very first movies. He plays a high school kid who just is secretly a serial killer. It's crazy. It's a crazy film, but he's like really good at it. Thoughts on Paul Rudd? Everyone likes Paul Rudd. It's like saying thoughts on Clint Stevens. He's great. Everyone likes him. It's impossible to hate Paul Rudd, bro. Thoughts on Snyder Cut? I haven't seen it. I heard it's much improved, but I haven't seen it. I'm skeptical that you can fix just certain problems with DC in general, no matter how you cut it. But I'm sure it's. Look, listen. What I heard is it has more story, and all that shit. All I care about is story, dude. I like it, like those moments in the Avengers when they're all kicking it and talking and shooting the shit and, you know, moving the plot along. I like that. That's my favorite parts. Yeah, I have to care about the character in some way for me to care about the fight. Like, one of my favorite parts, people always shit on Iron Man 2. I have a soft spot for it because I liked all the banter between Tony Stark and Hammer. I thought the actor, what's his name? I know his name. He's so good. The guy that did Hammer. What's his fucking name? What's that actor's name? He's Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell is a fucking amazing actor. I like everything he's in. And I think he did a great job as Hammer. And then they had that banter, and it's like, oh, this is super fun. It made the movie really fun. And like, so even if the villain kind of sucked, that part was cool. I just like those parts more than I like fucking Transformers 90 minutes of CGI. Did you like Logan? Yeah, Logan was dope. So you love Star Wars then? I didn't hate it.
What the?
I like the prequels, boys. I'm a prequel man. Okay? Give me Hayden Christensen any day of the week. That's my Anakin.
Fuck. Lola winked at the camera. Oh. No, dude.
Give me Jar Jar any day of the week.
It's just not funny. Oh, God.
Yeah, I said it's crazy because they always put the best joke. I mean, this is their first trailer. You always end your big trailer with your best joke. That's like the rule of trailers. The worst thing about comedies is they waste all their best jokes in the trailer and you go to see it. If that's the best fucking joke they have, it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign, bro. Hayden's coming back for the Obi-Wan series. That's awesome. The Obi-Wan series, I'm so stoked for. Because they've proven they can do Star Wars better on TV than on movies. Mandalorian is goated. I want more of that, dude. Obi-Wan series is going to be... Although it's literally me just feeding into what I talked about on Marketing Monday predictions. Everything is fucking nostalgia bait now. They're just going to take all that shit I grew up with and sell it back to me, bro. And I'm going to eat it right up. Slime hates Mandalorian. I mean, I could see why Slime would hate it. Slime is has prickly hairs. Not on his head, obviously, because he's bald. But that stand up whenever he feels at any moment that he is being pandered to. If he ever feels like he's being pandered to in any way, the hairs stand up. And he gets on edge like a cat. Me, you know what? I'm like, hey, don't pander to me. But when they start doing it, I'm like, wait, unless you do it like that. The second I start getting pandered to, I'm like, well, all right. This one time you can pander to me. I'll pay for it this one time. But better not try this again. And then I do it again. I'm very susceptible to it. I know it's happening beforehand. Have you seen Rounders? I love Rounders. You know who loves Rounders is Ben SW. If you guys know Ben SW, he quotes Rounders all the time. Ben SW, dog shit at poker, loves Rounders. Really, really bad at poker, but he loves quoting Rounders. Have you seen Nice Guys with Gosling? I've seen almost every Gosling film since fucking Fracture, so yes, I have. Ben was in chat earlier? Oh my god, Ben SW, the king, the GOAT. I would like to watch something. Like something entertaining. I actually have to end stream soon, unfortunately. Got some work to do. I wish there was like... I don't want to get fucking Yu-Gi-Oh'd. You know, like... I want to watch something. Something funny. Like, what I really want to do is watch, like, a funny movie that I like. Like The Mummy or something. But it won't let me. Because it's illegal for some reason. I can't wait for the boys to come back. Can I watch No. Can I watch any Brendan Fraser movie? No, they're all not here. It's trash. The Mummy Marathon. I could check is Nathan For You episodes on? We could watch Nathan For You, but I think I've seen all the ones that are on YouTube. Like I've seen Antique Shop and Dumb Starbucks and I think I've seen all these. I've seen this one. There is one where he invents a suit. I just want. Oh, bro, where's the rest? Where's the rest? Oh no. Oh no. The tease. The tease. It's on HBO Max. Well, that wouldn't be legal though. Hypothetically, what would the name of the episode be? Hypothetically.
My name is Nathan Fielder, and I graduated from one of deposit my.
I can't imagine saying that. I cannot imagine walking up to a family having fun at a game and trying to sell them chili out of your coat. You have to be ironclad. You have to be able to. I don't have it in me. You have to have. This is Linkus at his school. I will end there. I'm not gonna. We gotta be careful with the law here, boys. Just the end of that clip. That was so fucking funny. And with that, unfortunately, I think I have to end my stream. I had a lot of work to do, boys. Unfortunately. I got to do some work. It's fun. I'm having fun today. Today was a fun stream, but I have to end. So, listen. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Targeting Tuesday. I have a pretty good concept. I should be ready by tomorrow. I had a blast talking to you guys today. Let's spread the love. Thanks to all the... thanks for Crazy Slick and Mizkif and Connor for dropping in. Point Crow as well. Linkus. Can't forget Linkus. I'll see you when I see you, boys. Let's pass the love on to whoever is live on Twitch. Oh, Mango. Red Mango. He's going to say some shit, dude. Mango's going to be like, fuck you, Atrioc, or some shit. But it's my duty as a Melee fan to raid Mango for winning. Please give some love to Mango. He's so good at the fucking video game. He beat Zane back-to-back on FD. I love Zane, but it's just fucking crazy. You got to give him all the props in the world. So, yeah, he's just crazy. He's just a fucking god gamer. I'm super impressed with Mango. After all these years, he's still able to beat the best. It's really impressive. Imagine if he was even remotely sober, dude. He'd fucking dominate.